Oh. So I thought I'd just check out a bit of our handiwork from the weekend, and we're watching the HFL here on the side of a titanium caravan, and Daniel popped out. So funnily enough, this is his place with his dad, Dave. Daniel, tell us a little bit about Explorer Caravan Sales.
Yeah, family business, committed customer service. We've got the best Australian-made caravans, titanium, Franklin and Viscount caravans. Behind us, we've got a big titanium 22-foot family van with a big 50-inch plasma on the back of it. Come and check us out, corner of Prospect and Grand Junction Road. Love to see you.
Come and explore Australia with Explorer Caravans. Cheers.
Mount Barker Ford is located just beside us here on Mount Barker Road. We're owned by a gentleman by the name of Peter Thomas, who his veins are rich with football and rich with community, and he's always been based around the idea that everything you do in business should be based around how you can support the community. At the end of the day, I don't expect people to always come and see us, but ultimately we're a business who thrive in supporting the community, and from our perspective we look forward to the community supporting us. And it doesn't matter whether it be the Call of the Wild, the HFL, we're involved in a lot of other community events throughout the hills, and that's why I like being involved with sport, because I think that brings everyone together at different times and different requirements.
Hi, I'm Jared Tate and I'm from AHLG. AHLG is all about making life better, one outdoor space at a time. From landscape design to high-end landscape construction and all your lawn and garden maintenance needs. We're based in the Adelaide Hills and we've got you covered.
I'm Trent Shawland, Principal of Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. So I've been running the business now for 25 years. We obviously specialise in residential sales and rural sales, property management, and we do some commercial work as well. It's a family owned and family run business. Both my children, Harry and Georgia, and my wife Kim are in the business as well. Long standing business that we're very, very proud of. For Kim and I, it's been all about what we can put back into the community as well. So the sport and local events have been something we've really focused heavily on to make sure that we are putting back into our local Adelaide Hills community. We've got two offices, one's in Mount Barker, 58 Gawler Street, and the second one here at Stirling is 812 Mount Barker Road, Stirling.
in, buckle up. Now it's time to back your side. When news or draw, it's now time for the Hills Footy Ride.
Mark Stokes here from Painted Wine Barrels and Signs. Find me on Facebook and Instagram for all your wine barrels, drums, core flute signs, signage needs. Give us get in contact.
Hi, it's John here from Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. We have all your landscaping supplies. We have our premium firewood from our red gums to our blue gum to our mallee root. Come down and see us. We're just behind Littlehampton Clay Bricks and Pavers.
Tune in, buckle up. Now it's time to back your side. When news or draw, it's now time for the Hills Footy Ride. My cares away. Weekends here, it's time to see some little footy played. I'll be out there supporting the guys and gals of my whole team. This is the season of that premiership dream. It's winter, I'm a magpie and a devil buckaroo. Up down the woods, I know my team will come up with the goods. Tune in, buckle up. Now it's time to back your side. When news or draw, it's now time for the Hills Footy Ride. Hills Footy Ride. Hills Footy Ride.
Good afternoon, everyone, as the Call to Wild welcomes our global audience to one of the annual highlights of the Hills Football League Division 1 season, the Anzac Day clash between traditional rivals Mount Barker and Hahndorf. I'm Jeff Pistola, and on a day where we pay respect to those who serve or have served our country, many paying the ultimate sacrifice, a wonderful crowd have gathered here at Benson Radiology Oval in Mount Barker to honour the day. And as well, with military precision, Matt the roadie coming direct from the Dawn service, I suggest, has dropped the iconic Mortgage Choice Dreammaker nicely positioned as we welcome our army of Call to Wild team members. Firstly, the tactical nous of Benny Goldfinch. Good afternoon, Benny.
Oh, Pistols, great to be here. Very special occasion. And, of course, the last time we were here was grand final day. Nairne-Bremer United up against Hahndorf. We've got Hahndorf to look at today. But the Roos, how will they respond after that opening round loss against Ureda? It was quite hefty, but Daniel Lackenby's got the boys all charged up. So I expect a big response. And I'm sure Jaden J. Hill shortly will have a stat. Last time Mount Barker actually beat Hahndorf, it was probably a while ago. Pistols.
Yes, indeed. And as I said, Jaden, the man of all the stats. And, well, as I said, the man who takes us through the statistical angles, Jaden J. Hill, is here together with a man who may be new to the front line but already chalking up plenty of popularity hits.
Oh, yeah.
He's the metatarsal marvel himself, Matty Thomas. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, to you and to everyone, all listeners and viewers. I said excited about half a dozen times in the first sentence last week because I was pumped. But we're in round 2, Anzac Day, massive day and a huge day for the Australian football calendar. To be part of it with you blokes today is I'm extremely grateful for. So, JJ, what do you got for us, mate? I can see you frothing at something.
Yeah, he's eager. Off you go. Jaden J. Hill.
He's eager.
Yes, great to be here. It should be a fantastic day of footy, and well, I'll tell you what, since 2012 is when these teams have played against each other, Mount Barker and Hahndorf, well, the head-to-head count in those 12 times since 2012 is 8-4 in favour of Hahndorf, and there's been 2,557 days since Mount Barker defeated Hahndorf.
That's impressive, JJ.
So there you go. The average margin between the two teams on Anzac Day is 43.57. So hopefully it's a bit closer than that. So 2,557 days since Mount Barker's last win.
You had to take your socks off a lot of times to count that stat, JJ.
Yes, you're right.
And also acknowledge the General of Production, Tommy Hills, is here, and of course our cameraman James Davis and Hudson Martlew bringing you all the great action here this afternoon, as said from Benson Radiology over in Mount Barker. Shortened program today, being Anzac Day. The games started at midday, and under 18s saw a comprehensive win to Mount Barker. And the B grade siren has just gone, and Mount Barker will win that. So a good build up to the main game with 2 wins to Mount Barker. As Jaden J said, can they chase an elusive win on Anzac Day? We'll have to wait and see. And of course, being Anzac Day, we will have the traditional ceremony featuring both the teams, and we'll be covering that. And of course, Tomo and Jaden J will be heading out in a moment to cover that. We have with Hudson Martlew. So as I said, don't go anywhere on the global stream. I can tell you the weather is just a little bit overcast at the moment.
Bit blustery out there on
blustery.
the deck as
Tomo,
well.
how's it looking out there, mate?
Well, there's no reason for squinting and looking up when you're looking up in the skies of the footy. I tell you, it's a great day for hangers. Yeah, Bots Houlihan Jr., son of Bots, in Geordie, I'd say he's going to be looking forward to a few balls just sitting up a little bit high for him.
So just quickly, Tomo, while I got you a break before the ceremony, just give us your thoughts on the game, who wins and how.
Oh, I would think at this stage, I would select Hahndorf to win after seeing results from last week, comparing all these sort of things. But then you start looking at who they've got. They've got Jackson Hooper. I've known Jackson Hooper since he was a little kid. That kid can play footy. They are very, very lucky to get him, and he just came straight too. So, but again, you got him. Cooper Hoff's come back into his first game since round 18, 2023 with a knee. And Matty Yench, the son of BJ, he's almost like a never-aging fossil. He just keeps on soldiering on. So I think they're going to have to play Huxtable at centre half forward today. Obviously, they've lost Pavlik back to Sturt. But you got Sabian Parker-Bors next door. They've got a mid-size half-forward line, but they'll work and they'll run real hard. Quickly on to Mount Barker.
Quickly, yeah? Sorry, Tom, I interrupt. Just a late change for in their defence. Joel Leake comes out, and Cade Harvey comes up. So obviously the full-back position has to be filled.
Yeah, I wouldn't be to put my finger on. I wouldn't want to have the job because I think Geordie's a really good player. But you got Cooper Machen, who's come in from South Reserves. Jaden Noon's just come into the side today for Mount Barker, son of Simon, and Daniel Bennett. So I like watching Benno. He was a Blackwood Footy Club player. He played in the 2017 Premiership. He's a ripper at centre half back. He's quite crafty, but he can go forward and kick goals. So if they get stuck for goal scoring presence, they could throw Daniel Bennett forward. And again, Geordie Houlihan, son of Bots. Look forward to seeing him. Last thing I'll say, Hahndorf are very aware of the two best on-ballers for Mount Barker in Billy Stokes and Sammy Callens. They're very, very aware. They know that if they can match those guys up and they can win some of their own footy, they're going to go a long, long way to winning the game. Back to you.
Prime time, Matty Thomas, J&J Hill.
Yeah, we're just on Sam Callens and Billy Stokes. So 29 disposals Callens got last week, second best in the comp last week. 18 effective disposals, 8 clearances and 19 contested positions as well. And Billy Stokes had 28 disposals, 15 effective and 9 clearances as well.
Just an interesting stat, JJ. 5 consecutive wins in the best and fairest Murphy medal here for Samuel Callens. Samuel Callens, what a great footballer.
Not bad effort.
Benny?
I just want to say, obviously we're on the Call of the Wild 2025 Facebook page and also on YouTube. Pretty easy, just search us in the search engine on YouTube, type in HFL Media and you should be able to find us quite easily. Send in, let us know who you think will win, how much, and the best of field, and closest to the whole pistols will win a exclusive, once of a kind HFL Call of the Wild beanie.
Sought after.
Yep, so who wins, how much, and best of field, send it through on the Facebook page or the YouTube feed, and we will give away a HFL Call of the Wild beanie to the person who's closest to that one.
Of course, one of the great traditions of Anzac Day football, Benny, is we see the two sides lining up. And we're just taking the ceremony here.
Can you get handheld here? Vice President, Mount Barker RSL, Michael Roberts. I'd also like to welcome RSL veterans, current serving members, the HFL board, led by Travis Lee, President, Mount Barker line members, Tim Napsey and Hahndorf Football Club. This game is important to us as a community. And as football clubs, and I'm very proud that we can put this on today in honour of those who have served our country. I'd now like to hand over to Dan Cregan.
Can you walk?
Thank you, President Bennett. What a pleasure it is to be on this most traditional occasion coming through.
Yeah.
Our values and commitment to our democracy and also to our shared values of mateship, compassion and, as I mentioned, camaraderie as well. Can I say to all service members present here today, thank you. We acknowledge you. This is our occasion and moment as a community to recognise your service and the service of those who have come before you. This is my last Anzac Day match with your local member, and it has been the privilege of my community. I've always said I'd do 2 terms are up. I with your community as well, you've been an outstanding member, and you will indulge a number of other events. Thank you for taking on the mantle as independent candidate. It's a tough role, and I appreciate you showing community leadership in that way. But most of all, thanks to our players and thanks to Hahndorf. You know, without Hahndorf being willing to turn up and face this battle over so many years, we wouldn't have had this opportunity to come together as a community. And to my own club, Mount Barker, you know, I reach my heart as a runner for these. That's actually the limit of my talent. But I was inspired and encouraged by a number of men who I want to mention today. And Mr. Whitington, Mr. Bickerton, who passed away, and Freddie Harford is still with us. You know, there are in the quietness of all our hearts, to have leaders in our life. And these men were very important to me. They were from my football club, and they showed me ways to engage with my community that allowed me to go on to serve in different, further ways down the line. I think as a private note, and thank you for indulging my private remarks as we were timing that. Mr. Schultz, I'll hand over to our RSL leaders. Michael,
thank you, Dan. On behalf of the RSL, I'd like to wish all players all the best, and we'd like to thank you for being here. And if you are able, would you please be upstanding for the ode.
Tom here. What if he goes side on?
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And certainly the words "lest we forget" have probably echoed around Australia today. It's been Anzac Day, and what a special day it is as we honour those people, services. So teams break now, and we'll go through their warm-ups for this traditional Anzac Day clash. And of course, Benny, we must mention the umpires, of course, in charge today, Morgan Price and Peter Humphries. It's a big game, of course. We must mention their fantastic sponsors: Formula Honda, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Hahndorf Fruit and Veg Market, Adelaide Hills Real Estate, and Sterling Hotel Mortgage Choice through Matt Adam, Appel, and of course Intersport at Blackwood.
Yeah, we'll cross out to Matty Thomas and Jaden J. Hill very shortly. All going well here with Hutto. Oh, we've got Daniel Lackenby, I think, so we'll, might as well try this. Quarter us out to Tomo.
Hutto, roll it. You guys have got me online?
Yeah, we got you.
Good, yeah. So just JJ and I are out here. We just saw Lackers walking towards us, and no better person to speak to before such a big game. Lackers, could you give us a bit of insight to your expectation for today's game?
Coming off last week, Tomo, I think we just want to compete. So our number one focus will be pretty simple. So we just want to be hard at the contest, hunt the oppo and the footy, and we'll go from there, I think.
You're expecting a bit of a close treatment for your two lead-on ballers and see how you can get the ball out from their hands out to others to get it forward into your forward line?
Yeah, win it in close, that'd be good. And get it to the outside and then give ourselves some good looks. The last week our entries are pretty shallow, so we'll be trying to get them as deep as we can today. Put a bit of pressure on the oppo.
When you've got son of Bots, you'd like it deep and high and see what he can we can pull off. JJ, do you have anything for Lackers today?
It's how important is Cooper Matchin. Obviously seven intercept marks last week, Lackers, so we're hoping a big game from him.
That's how he plays. So yeah, I mean, depending on what matchup we go with forward of the footy for them. So yeah, if there's a chance for him to catch it, he will. Otherwise, he'll get it to ground.
We're not going to pick your brains anymore, mate. You can get going. We're excited to see you guys have a hit out today, and hopefully it does the crowd well, and yeah, you guys play well.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well done, mate. You're a legend. Cheers. So thanks very much. We're really excited for this game. She's going to kick off hard and heavy. It's going to be tight and close, and it's going to be pretty physical. So we're looking forward to a big game. JJ, got anything else for me?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game of footy. Billy Stokes, Sam Callens and Luke Giles were the three players that played that 2018 win from Mount Barker. So
big Gilesy as well. So we'll take it back to you boys in the van, and we'll see you guys shortly. All the best.
Fantastic work there. How good. Stay out there for the coin toss. That's it. Look at that. Just like to say thanks very much once again to Call of the Wild sponsors, Harcourts, Adelaide Hills, great man Trent Shawlin here. Mount Barker forward, Aaron Rush, he'd be prime for tonight. Pistols. Print Wrap Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, Lancaster's Property Services, Saul Bomber here, The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood, Jared Tate, Luke Timmins and the team, thanks again. Refuel Wellness, check them out, and Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, and of course, a couple of new sponsors coming on board, Pistols, of course, Explorer Caravan. Thank you very much to Benno and the team out there. Looking forward to this contest today. We might, Tomo, I don't know if you got us still out there. What's the conditions like in the middle of Mount Barker Oval?
Bloody spectacular. It's absolutely a bit soft underfoot, which I like. You couldn't have too many head injuries. If you take a spill, you climb up high, you land with a thud. It's nice and cushioned underfoot. I'm not going to get the keys out to see if I can do a Tony Gregg, but I'd personally be frothing to play today. It's absolutely fantastic conditions.
Jaden J. Hill, just across the great man here. Any stats, Jaden, to get as the skippers come to the ground for the coin toss? Any,
you got any other stats?
First quarter stuff?
Any first quarter stats you got there in your little armoury? You want to see the notes this guy's got. This is a full-time expedition for this fella.
Yeah, so just the first quarter stats here. So the average first quarter stat for Hahndorf, they average a score of 19 against Mount Barker on Anzac Day, where Mount Barker averaged a score of 11. So just the 2 goals there for Mount Barker, 3 for Hahndorf, the first quarter of Anzac Day. So hopefully we'll get about 5 to 6 goals in total or more in this first quarter. What do you think, Tomo? Do you think that's we could do that?
Well, what I'm feeling, there's a little bit of precipitation starting to hit me, JJ. I actually think that there's whoever can get out of the blocks the fastest and set the mark. Is probably going to set the bench level for the contest.
I think we've already done the coin toss. We're about to start the match, so you might as well make your way off the ground.
We just want to hang around, get around the players. We're a man of the people,
Any final thoughts here as we head into this? I mean, from Mount Barker, Tomo, big loss last week. What do you expect from them in the first quarter? They conceded the first 5 or 6 goals against your Adler.
Lacker's just had a little glint in his eye when I was speaking to him then. He's pretty fired up. I'm pretty sure he's given them a fair bit to say. Fair bit of a wind up before this game. They want to get out the blocks. They know they want to get out the blocks, but we'll look forward to seeing this as the ball goes up, boys.
All right, here we go, Pistols.
Anzac Day action 2025 live on the Call of the Wild. First kick of the game goes through the agency of Hahndorf through Jackson Hooper, the new recruit, inside the forward 50. Roos defence under pressure already. Handball comes out. Here's Callens. Look for him to have a big game again. Comes to Williams, tries to fend off, gets boost the ball, goes forward, go there by Matchin. Cooper, the macho man, gets it out wide, close to the boundary line. Kept in play, comes up the wing area right in front of our broadcast spot. Bouncing ball, first we get there. Parker balls to try variety. Shrugs off Jordan Houlihan. Nurses up the wing, but just wide out of full. So Mount Barker kicking towards the Wellington Road end or right hand side of your screen.
Yeah, I saw the Roos against Urayla opening round, and their skill errors let them down. So let's see how they go here in the first quarter. Half-back flank. Short pass, Billy Stokes takes the mark. Just around from Mount Barker's interchange bench. Looks like Jaden Noonan's down there, young Noonan. And Giles, we know what he's capable of. Best of field in last year's Anzac Day game, Anzac night game. Kicks inside 50, bots Houlihan flying over the top. Good front centre work from the Roos, but Griville takes the mark. Pistols and defensive 50 for Hahndorf.
Sporting ankle boots, of course both sides scored the Anzac jumper today. Gets out wide here, lead out Callens, courageously, but coming out mate is Huxtable. We saw his debut a couple of years ago, very impressive youngster, chips it forward, intercept mark there taken for the Roos through Henry Kleinig. Kleinig gets it across here to Billy Sturks, nurses it delightfully out the wing, but intercept mark there taken from the Pies.
Yep.
Through the agency there
of
Hopkins, the skipper.
Captain. Kick forward by Jackson Hooper. First real look at the new recruit. Previously won a male medal at Bridgewater Callington. Centre half back area, or centre half forward area, Zamian Parker Bors kicks the ball. Wormburner style inside attack. Bennett clicks it up. Goes over to Billy Stokes. He's getting a few touches early. Nice work here by the Roos on the outer side. And they will move it up here. Landers brings it down to ground level for Hahndorf. Houlihan with the good tackle. Mount Barker with a chance, Pistols to move the ball forward.
Bouncing ball towards the forward lines. Coming out there. Koshel. Looks like he might have had a bit of a trim. No, he's still got the headband this year, but
bit of a trim.
You saw him in the sleeves, opting for the bare arms today. Close line, here's Murphy. Close line, that's Lockie Murphy wearing the family number 2, because wore number 6 last year. The Rising Star Award winner last year for the Roos A-grade side. So Landers, Gathers. You do the ruck work with Isaac Doyle. Doyle gets it down. Hop, good there. Gets the ball out there.
Good tackle.
Good tackle, good pressure early here in the Anzac Day clash. Here's Hooper again, getting early touches of the football. Ball goes forward. Getting back there, Zed Parker Bowles takes it, off he goes.
Yes, he does. He'll have a flying shot at goal for the Magpies. First real look at it, and that's gone through for a minor score. Zabian Parker Bowles, minor score for Hahndorf. Of course, you'll see our sponsors in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And on the Harcourts, Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard, it's Hahndorf 1 point, Mount Barker yet to score. Ball is kicked in for the Roos out towards the outer side. I think this is Georgie Pope, I reckon. Do a double check out there. So half-back flank. Kicks the ball out towards the canteen side of the ground. Shout out to Ozzy Ozalekner, of course, the great man. He's tuned in on the Nullarbor pistol. Sent me a beautiful image this morning of where he is.
He might be watching it with the Nullarbor Nymph there at Eucla.
Yeah, that's it.
A great man. So trust you're enjoying our coverage, Ozzy, along with everyone else, the global stream here coming through Hills Football Media.
We'll get Jaden J. Hill throughout the game to unwrap the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack as Hahndorf go forward once again. I think it was Hooper. Goes to Riley Clamp. Can he work his magic tight in the pocket? It's gone out of bounds.
He's got that slightly unorthodox kicking style, Jacko, doesn't he? Jacko Hooper. He's just a really low ball drop, but just if you can hit that player on the chest, they've had a shot on goal instead of a boundary throwing.
Of course, past male medalist in the Hills has spent the last 2 seasons playing for the Southern Eagles in York Peninsula. So high ball toss by the academy boundary boy. Comes down there. The ball was Sam Hill. Good to see him back, Goldie.
Yes.
Ball through for a minor score. Sam Hill
2 points.
is actually playing his first A-grade game. Here's Jaden Hill, Jaden J. like this. Round 10, 2022 was his last A-grade game apart from last week, where he kicked 6 goals on debut, so back and forth.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Cooper Hoff in action today for Hahndorf. We'll go to Jaden shortly. And number 5 is George Pope pistol, so we'll lock that into your book.
Thank you.
So the ball, half forward line for the Pies. Griville, usually in the defensive half of the ground. Snap round the corner, I think that was Lockie Murphy. High ball, good contest. Koshel takes the mark or free kick, either way. High flyer, low kick, beautiful pass. Drop though, handball off, kick forward. For the Roos with a chance was Marshall Howe. Houlihan will fly. Ground level ball, crumbs it, tries to anyway. Goes in with a second effort, brings it to ground level, ball shoveled out, Pistols, and a chance here for the Roos, tiling the boundary line through Houlihan.
Yeah, Murphy got up towards Houlihan, the cricket net pocket as on tear. Just the slightest little bit of precipitation here. I didn't know it was raining in Port Lincoln earlier this morning, so it's been threatening, so perhaps it's arrived, and Tommy will be very happy the marquee is up. Keep him nice and dry, good look after the producer. So Rupture in the cricket net pocket, comes down close to the line once again, scrambly play there, trying to crash his way through is Murphy, the rising star. It's actually dumped there, but umpire Peter Humphries, good to see him back after the problems he's had with injuries in the past.
Of course, Lockie Murphy working at Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, one of our major sponsors, so thanks very much to the team there. Squaring kick for the Roos. Here's a chance for Joel Parker-Bors, game tackled. Grivell though, mopping up. Kick out of defence for Hahndorf towards the half-back flank. Big pack, ground level ball. Here's a chance for Hahndorf on the counter-attack. Jacko Hooper outside of the boot, looking for a runner. How's that? That's beautiful. Very clever.
Yeah.
Finds Kleeman.
Clever kick, found Jack Kleeman. Son of a gun, Ned Kleeman, the Labour thought back in the day, puts forward to nursing the mark there. Did he part? Yes, he did. Slips catch taken by Noel Prenzler. 6 goals last week. Puts it further afield and finds another man who had a bag.
Sammy Hill.
Sammy Hill kicked 6 as well, because the Pies having a 68-point win last week, and in contrast, the Roos losing by 77 points. That's
Media Mike Pfeiffer.
Media Mike Pfeiffer there in the screen. And BJ Yench, the Nairne variety, taking in, because Nairne playing tomorrow against Blackwood should be a good game. Your old side, Tomo.
Yeah, can't wait to hear the results of that one. Might even sneak over for it.
So Sammy Hill, tight angle towards Alexandrina Road and through for a minor score. So Hahndorf move on to 3 behind. Mount Margate score. And we've played just under 7 minutes here. Opening term, Call to Wild coming in through HFL Media.
Unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. Jaden, you happy to go with something early or you want a bit more time?
No, happy to go with something early. So 16 kicks to 14 Golding Pistols at the moment. 5 inside 50s to 2 in favour of Mount Barker. Hahndorf look pretty dangerous when they go inside 50, and they've only gone inside 50 twice.
Koshel takes the mark, centre wing out of side, just near Matt Golding and the coaching staff for Hahndorf. So Koshel, we know what he's capable of. Took an absolute ripper of a mark against Blackwood last year. High flyer was George Pope, but Landers takes the mark. He sets Jacko Hooper on his way with the double-handed drop into the middle of the ground. Great attack on the ball there by the Roo player. I'll try and pick that person up shortly. Meantime, reckon it was Cooper Matchin there. Great attack on the ball.
Yep, the Macho Man, certainly second game, and he's actually behind the play in the cricket pitch here. Keep your eye on that, Goldie.
A little bit of feeling between
goes
him and Braden Hopgood.
Out towards the Rooburger stand, and Zed Parker bowls in front. Zabin under pressure there. Keeps the ball in front of the members' pavilion.
Well done.
Still going, Parker bowls. Well done. Good individual effort. Gets out here. Finally, the Roos take advantage and get a clearing kick towards the centre of the ground, but it's only one home as the Magpies. So Matty Yench, the former Adelaide Crow, puts a delivery nice as he's usually and finds Jacko Hooper, who's certainly having an impact there in his first Anzac Day game.
Yes, I think he was best to field last week against Blackwood. Jaden's keen to say something.
89.7 disposal efficiency as well. Very good last week.
So Jacko Hooper, past Bridgewater Callington player. Bit of a worm burner inside 50. Hasn't quite come off there. So taken by Bennett, former Blackwood player. Short pass there. I think that was Fidge involved in the build-up.
Finding Nelson Forbes there, Goldie.
Short pass again. Taken here by Lockie Murphy. He's getting a bit of it early. Just near the balcony area. That's pretty much packed now. A little bit of light drizzle. Just a reminder, we're on Call of the Wild Facebook page, 2025. Search that, and also search in your YouTube search engine, HFL Media, to watch it on the big screen if you want.
Yeah, they're burning the ball boys, aren't they, Mount Barker? They're blasting into their half-forward line, and they're chipping inside as well. They're missing their simple kicks.
That was a nice block.
Ball there was Sammy Hill, because figured out favourite call by Daniel Stone when he won the B-grade flag a couple of years ago at a Chunga for the Magpies. Good to see him back at A-grade level. So ball up, ball comes down in front of the Rooburger stand. So a few people starting to find a little bit of shelter, because let's hope the rain does stay away, but just a few drops in the area.
We haven't really had any we haven't had any Lowe's Meat Co. obviously snag of the day contenders, because we haven't had a goal yet.
This is like last year's grand final here, Benny, when it was 6 goals kicked.
Could have won now.
Here's a chance here, but the Academy boy has said no. Player was out.
Well, if we get like last year's grand final, Jaden, do you want to unpack the stats? Anything else catching your attention thanks to Print Wrap and Pack, or any observations? What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, Tommy said about Mount Barker burning the footy. 11 marks to 7 in favour of Hahndorf at the moment.
If you watch the kick to mark stat, JJ, if you watch the kick to mark from Mount Barker, if they can just start to increase that percentage and start to retain possession of the ball, at the end of the day, we're playing a keepies off game. You know, they just need to be retaining their possession. They play wide. They get close to halfway. They always come in on a tight 45 kick. That's how they always play.
So Bennettson got the ruck down from Huxtable. Ball comes back to Bennett's. Quick little handball going to Samuel Cowlins. Puts
Bash
towards
forward.
the be a bouncing ball. Deflects there towards Pope, I think it was. Gets the ball backwards. Roos with a string of handballs here, nicely taken. So work the ball out towards Koscielny.
Oh, good use of the body.
And Cooper fought nicely.
Back him in.
So the former Wasalanga boy
Back him
lines
in.
up and goes towards the Wellington end.
Back him
Roos
in.
on the board there first.
Okay, there we go. Tomo, talk us through it. Good use of the body.
Yeah, very well timed shove. It was a clean shove. It was using a bit of hip as well. Just turned and you're super confident. Just like, boys, got this one. And smashed it through. Like, they got up around him as well after that goal. So I think they're excited to get one on the board. This game's going to, I think this first quarter is going to be a real tussle.
Well, it took him a quarter and a bit last game against Uradler to get a goal on the board.
Uradler white hot though, mate. They're coming out of the stoppages.
Your man Jimmy Richards was up and about.
My man Jimmy.
Jaden, anything capturing your attention thanks to major sponsor here, Print Wrap and Pack?
Well, just Koscielny's last game, 5 contested marks last game, equal best for the comp.
Yes, we know what he's capable of in the air. He's also played some good finals matches, if I remember correctly, against Uradler Pistols at the new home of the incredible scoreboard, Heathfield Oval.
Yeah, he was good that day.
All right, so boundary throwing outer side, light drizzle. Not much of a breeze. You can see the Australian flag, well, we can anyway, and it's just a bit limp. So it'll be a stoppage situation, barbecue area. Shout out to Aussie. Once again, tuned in on the Nullarbor. And if you'd like to let us know where you're watching today, hit us up on the Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, Call It Wild Facebook page, or also the YouTube feed. Hit us up. We've got the second camera at ground level, and that looks beautiful there. Pistols, nice little work. Bottom left.
So Aussie will be happy. The Roo burgers are selling very well here on Anzac Day. Good crowd in the house, and why not? The traditional rivals have been going for over 100 years. So Landers, Giles, Ruckwork comes down.
Jesse Landers is smashing Gilesy so far.
Handball out there, comes back to Callens on the left foot, hacks it forward, bouncing ball. First to get there is Troy Parker-Boz. Tackled, gets the ball free.
That's high.
Perhaps taken high there by Hopgood. No play on, says the umpire. Ball finally comes out here. Ooh. Overrun there, scrambly football.
Scrappy foot.
It's the Roos with the nose in front. 1 goal plays 3 points as we're approaching 13 minutes first term quarter wild. HFL Media.
And Tomo, nice work getting Explorer caravans on. Just a special shout out to Benno and the team there. Thanks for coming on in the last week.
Yeah, they're a beautiful family, the Benson family. Dave's got his 60th tomorrow night up the footy club, so anyone who hasn't been invited, invite yourself. I'm sure he'll love that. They're a great family. They're a huge caravanning and camping family, and it's just fantastic they wanted to be involved. As soon as we asked them, they were onto it.
Is he supplying caravans home, Tomo? That's the question. That's the ball's locked up here, taken out the back here. I think that's Dawson.
Yep.
Langhorn Creek boy, former Taylor Ben as well. Bouncing ball while trying to crash his way through there. Marshall Howell held up there because vice
he was lucky then. He walked into that.
Won the best team man award last year, Marshall Howell. Always gets a consistent game. Tackled there by Benny Salt.
Stoppage situation. Landers straight down to Hooper. Dishes it out to Joel Parker-Bors. Eastern zone rep. Kicks the ball towards the half-forward flank. Ball spills. Have they got the crummers? Yes, they do. Sweeping handball. Beautifully done out to the runner there. I think it's Dylan Hopgood now. Kicks into the forward pocket. Backing back with courage. Almost a chest mark there by Sam Hill. And the umpire is giving, it's Pete Humphreys. He's given a Hahndorf free kick here in the forward pocket.
Just something little there. Cooper Hoff's pickup, clean pickup, and
that's who it was.
And bullet hand pass. Just opened up the play there for an easy kick into the forward line.
In the number 7. First real look at him since he injured himself a few years ago. This is Lockie Bosons.
Yeah, Bosons.
On the left.
So that's not a bad dob.
Well, that's a
second-year senior.
That's a potential Lowe's Meat Co snag today. It's a warm-up. It's a warm-up. It's a warm-up in the griller. Jaden.
Yeah, so 27 kicks to 25 at the moment. Inside 57 to 6 in favour of Mount Barker. So yeah, they're the stats at the moment. So the inside 50 count now more even than it once it was.
Ball will start to skid soon too, I reckon, boys. It's just starting to get enough on the grass, I reckon. So
have we got any long sleeve Guernseys out there? Yes, we do. Jordan Houlihan.
Mate, they're the best. They're the best. Only great players wear longies, mate.
Robbie Wild's tuned in at the south end. Go to Maggie's, and Michael Fitzner's picking Hahndorf by 15 points and Troy Parker-Bors for best on ground. So he's in early contention for the beanie.
Hey, Waldy was great last week in that game. Onkers.
Waldy, as you would.
Yeah, Waldy. He was fantastic in that Onkers Nairne game. Well, credit to you, Waldy.
We want good umpiring in this competition, and
We do.
We've got it.
So we've got one of the best resume playing, Scott O, and of course being assisted by Morgan Price and Peter Humphreys here today.
Once again, if you throughout the first quarter, I'll give you the first quarter. Who wins, how much, and best of field, and we've got a exclusive Call of the Wild HFL beanie up for grabs.
See what happens here. No Landers in the middle. So Mount Barker gets some ascendancy.
Giles and Huxtable. Giles, the experience, got us down towards Callans. He's been warned pretty closely there. Managed to get the ball away. Cleared for the Roos inside the 50. Houlihan got his hands to it. Geordie to skipper. Goes back. Was he taken on? No play on.
On the pill.
Like a glove there by Shoal, I think it is.
You can't feign free kicks like that, man. You've got to stay on the ball. You've got to stay in the battle.
So Morgan Price said, no, I'll ball it up, which he does.
The Price is right.
Comes out Billy Stokes getting involved there. Also Callans. Good tackle there applied to Sam Williams.
So how Mount Barker set up behind the footy here, guys? They've got themselves almost like a little web. They've set themselves up. It's not just a rolling zone, it's like a little web.
So Huxtable got the tap down to Callans once again. A good tackle there applied. Was on both sets. Ball locked in there as the Roos go towards the right hand of your screen, towards the Wellington Road end.
They're covering their middle very, very well, even on the back far side of the contest.
Inside attacking 50 here for the Roos, Lockie Murphy.
Great tackle.
AHLG specialist holding the ball. That's hot and a whistle there by umpire
Morgan Price.
Morgan Price.
Is that Sacha Barrow-Cohen, that umpire?
Meantime, Ben Salt kicks the ball towards centre-half back, taken here by Cooper Fort. Of course, his dad was one of the greats there, Pistols, premiership captain.
Yeah,
kick in the middle of the ground. Joel Parker-Bors, got some runners
Stop
here.
the
Here's
run.
the Matthew
Silky.
Yench. He could almost go all the way here. And he
Benjamin
does.
Oh, well
touched
done.
on the line there.
I think that was Jackson Field
She's a bit of Benjamin Button about old Yenchi in there.
at the last moment, getting his hands to it. I thought Riley Clamp might shepherd that through, but couldn't get the body right. So, yeah, Matthew Yench turning back the years, because 74 games with the Adelaide Crows.
Oh, how good.
Season at Warwick-Nabil, and also had a short career at the Bridgewater Raiders as the ball comes out here.
That wasn't that the highlight.
Troy Parker-Bors goes directly across towards
Here he is. Matthew
Yench on cue. So the Silky one.
Once again, who wins, how much, and best of field for an exclusive HFL Call of the Wild beanie. We got until quarter time. Kick inside 50. Who's down there for the Magpies? Ground level ball. Is that Cooper Fort down there?
Big Giles, he put himself.
No,
just
sorry,
in
it's
the
Noah
right spot.
Prenzler.
It's Cooper who sent it in.
Well, here we go.
Bit of a push and shove
Bit
goal.
of biff. Here we go.
Bit of WWE stuff.
Pete
Why not? It's Anzac Day.
SmackDown was on last weekend, wasn't
This is good. Let them have a bit of push.
Yeah.
Pete Humphreys is aware of it.
Bit of feeling in the game.
As they've been going at each other for over 100 years, and some of the great stories that Johnny Mullins was telling, like spectators and everything getting involved back in the 60s in the battles between these guys on the field.
Well, Sammy Williams is in the big agiles there. Media Mike with his view.
Yeah.
Jane J. Hill. Anything on Noah Prenzler? I just happened to go straight to the point.
Is that two
there.
free kicks in front of goal?
Yes.
He kicked 6 last week.
It's a bit smelly.
Only second year, represented the league last year and kicked 33 goals, so not bad for
Played
a
interleague as well.
So here's a chance for him to kick his second, and the second for the Pies as they go towards Alexandrina end.
So Prenzler with a shot here for Hahndorf second. Back-to-back goals for the Magpies, and he nails that one. So Hahndorf go to 2 goals for Mount Barker, 1 goal straight. Anything at all, Jay, that you can unpack thanks to print, wrap and pack in the first quarter?
Yes, and Noel Prenzler last game, 11 disposals, 6 contested possessions as well. So, well done by Hahndorf there. 32 kicks to them, 29 to Mount Barker now. So now they've got more kicks than the Roos at the moment. And inside 50s is 9-8 Hahndorf's favour.
Tomo.
Let's see this all right, boys. If it goes well, it's very nice.
Alrighty.
Actually, Tomo, we might get your comments for maybe at quarter time, but Jacko Hooper just running a muck here, perhaps mounts. Here he goes as on cue, gets a left foot forward. Perhaps they need to cut back his input as the bouncing ball forward. Rash, a couple of bodies hit the ground. Taken there, and I tell you what, that was Jack Kleeman. Got it across to Zed Parker-Bors.
So Jesse Landers goes straight back in the guts, right? I'll be harsh, but really half-hearted effort by Gilesy then. Clean slap down, ball goes straight through, fast break goal. Like, Gilesy needs to be getting into Jesse Landers.
But as I said there, the guy did the damage for the centre clearance was Jacko Hooper yet again.
Yep.
What's his stats already, Jaden J?
For his own ball.
Yeah, well, last week he had 29 disposals as well. But like I said, he went at 85% kicking efficiency as well last week.
So Landers in ruck. Let's see what happens this time around. We almost got it to Hooper. There we go.
That's the best flick.
A lot of deja vu about this as the Magpies go forward once again outside of the boot kick. That champagne footy from the Pies out of the middle once again. Landers, Hooper involved. And I think this is
Sammy Hill.
Sammy Hill with a shot at goal.
Again.
And he kicked the, remember the memorable goal to beat Mount Barker? And he,
the Stoney goal.
That's right. Good to see. And there's
Good to
Travis
see
Smith,
our hard-working president just in the background there.
So 6 goals last week, Sam Hill.
Is that a call to wild beer he's got?
So Jacko started in sweeper position there and that ball up. The ball went up in the middle. He stayed right back, waited and waited, then went.
So Sammy Hill has...
he's looking super fit, Sam Hill.
He is.
Good to see him out there.
Missed that one, pulled it wide. So 3-5 the Pies. Mount Barker won that straight goal. 21 and just over 21 minutes played first term.
They'll play wide.
Field with the kick in here.
This will go wide.
On the Harcourts Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. Hahndorf in control at the moment.
So Big Giles is the target behind him. Landers will go to fist, which he does. Just out of view of side of the
Robocop
the
about Big Jesse Landers, isn't there?
With that helmet on,
yeah,
yes.
Mate, he must be squatting 500 kilos of those thighs. Look at the size. He's a massive unit.
Former Uradler player, I think underage premiership player at Uradler.
Also played juniors, moddies and that at Mount Lofty, and also had a couple of games last year. Sturt Reserves, ball comes out there. Williams lurking, also at ground level was Hopgood. Braden style comes here towards Zed Parker Bowles, gives it to Skipper and Hopgood around the corner on the left, pulls it back. Has it come back enough? Yes, indeed. Oh, miracle bounce in.
No, it hasn't quite got the ball to boot.
That would have been a miracle goal for the snag.
Yep, the Roos on the counter attack here potentially in the back pocket. Sock it off the ground out. Oh, it's coming back here. Ringer, Rosie. Magpies with the ball. Ball pops out to the captain, Braden Hopgood, who has a flying shot at goal into the forward pocket. Good work here by Prenzler. Roos under the pump here in the back pocket. Here's Samuel Callens. His first real look at it. Earns a free kick.
Yeah, Cooper. Oh, it's Callens. Sorry, it was Cooper Match when he got him the ball. Yep.
So Callens back pocket area. Cochel's calling for it here against Cooper Fort.
Need to be more boundary side. Oh,
sort of goes in that direction. Landers says, thanks very much for coming. I'll take a chest mark as the Roos players on the interchange bench.
Left.
So what was that? And he's had a flying shot at goal and missed. So
just see the wind catch it towards Alexandria.
Kicked that hard, didn't he? Jeez.
So the Roos certainly under pressure here as 23 minutes have ticked over in this opening term. Anzac Day 2025 coming to you from Mount Barker by Benson
They'll chip
Radiology
their way up
Oval.
the boundary line here, guys. That's what they'll play. They'll play wide as much as they can.
Good crowd in the house, as Matt Thomas said with his weather report. Perhaps the rain lurking around, so hopefully we get through most of the game. Later start. Ball in front of the barbecue shed, comes out the back door of Parker Boz. Williams clearing handball out wide, finds Dylan Hopgood, who got a best of field medal here last time he was here. Jump out mark taken there by Field for the Roos.
Short one inside, short inside.
Got to use shortly, Tomo, just about how Mount Barker, what are your thoughts on Mount Barker's start here? Now they might reassess at quarter time as we go out towards the outer side. Slap down. Here's a chance now for Magpies once again, really controlling the last 10 minutes of play as Hopgood goes forward. High flyer, I think it was Clamp, was it? Ground level ball. Here's Sam Hill, really liking his early start to the season. Wheels around on the right boot. I think Prenzler was almost a left foot snap. Would have snagged it today, sort of contender work, but didn't quite get the boot to ball. We've got some more people tuned in. Mark Bell, go Roos, watching from Gallipoli. I mean, that's fantastic.
Fantastic.
And Scott Chandler, he says Hoofer best on and Hahndorf for the win. Well, there you go. And Michael Buckley is enjoying the coverage. He's tuned in from Sydney. And Chandler says Hahndorf by 40 plus. Tomo, just your thoughts, the Roos.
Well, like, as commentators, we don't profess to be the know-all and end-all, you know what I mean? But Mount Barker really needs to start to play a bit more direct. Get the ball on boot, kick it to a blue and white jumper instead of just blazing to a 50-50, which is actually more often a Hahndorf player.
It's a bouncing ball. Paddy Titterman getting involved there. Got a teammate. They head towards the centre of the ground. One-on-one here.
Here we go.
Houlihan gets the break here.
Here we go. In the peak boots pistols.
Shell chasing him as he goes towards the Wellington Road end, but the co-skipper offline here. So Mount Barker's first behind has been registered. 1-1.
Big
3-6.
Big job here by the young Hahndorf defence today. No Joel Leake.
Joel Leake, late withdrawal.
Scott Perling retiring the year before, last year as well. So Jordan Scholl, let's see how he goes.
Has he retired? Is he doing a Johnny Farnham?
He's playing
Goldie?
reserves.
You'd know more about that, being his assistant with the under-9s this year.
Yeah.
If you're going to wear pink boots, you want to be a bloody good footballer.
So Sammy Williams, high kick out. Here's Landers.
There's a few
good
out.
strong mark by the Robocop. Tomo's man, the Robocop, gives it off to Hopgood. Good smother by Big Agiles.
All right, get around him, Tomo.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Much happier with that second effort. He allowed the big fella to get in front of him too easily in the marking contest, but here we go.
Of course, presented with Mount Barker Club Life membership at the end of last season. Well done, Big Gilesy. High purchase there from the Boundary Academy boy.
We'll go to Jaden shortly for unwrapping some stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack as Sammy Callens, the co-captain, inboard. That's not good at all. Lockie Boson says, thanks very much. I'm going to kick the ball forward here to a one-on-one. Pistols.
Yeah, behind. I think it was Matchin. Good at ground level. Tries to get the ball out. I've taken here. Gets it up the line to Pope. Pope drops what he should have taken under pressure. Backs himself up. Can he get it to a teammate, which he does. Get out the back door was Jack Hartman. Comes back here.
Ben Salt, great work.
Clearing kick there by Phil Kleinig. Gets it up. Off hands from Houlihan. Here's Williams. Always does something clever with the ball. Got it across here, but
well
this
done,
time,
Geordie.
This time, Houlihan letting him know.
Oh, that's 25.
Umpire has missed that. That is 50 metres every day of the week.
2 on the 1 here. Sammy
Goodness.
Williams to start this. Captain of
Here comes Pistol
umpire
Pete.
Peter Humphreys says, "Cool down, boys," and get off the ball. And well, it is Anzac Day, so a bit of fire in the belly. So
He could go to distance here.
at the end here, Geordie Houlihan, leading goal kicker last year, of course, kicked 52 goals.
Bit of a damp footy. Joel's Pistols. Let's see. There we go, Tomo.
He needs to get this one. Get one back on, Jesse, would be really good. I've seen him kick some goals, Gilesy, over the journey. So
Yeah, we need to kick this one, Tomo, on the
Quarter
siren. They only got 1 goal, 1 on the board. Hahndorf with 3-6, so a vital kick here. James Davis right behind him with the camera as he kicks towards the Wellington Road end. So the vision will tell the story. So Big Agiles approaches the man on the mark on the left.
That's a good kick.
He struck that pretty well. Will it clear the pack on the line?
Well
yes,
done.
it does on the siren.
You got the response you were
good.
after.
That's a very good goal. I'm really happy to see that for him.
Good last 5 minutes from him.
Yeah, good second efforts. Takes a mark, kicks a goal. Can't ask for too much more.
All right, let's unpack some stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack to Jaden J. Hill. First quarter, Jaden, Hahndorf the advantage, but good fight back there by the Roos late.
Yeah, it was a good fight back by the Roos. So the inside 50 count is 17-10 in favour of Hahndorf. Kicks 46-44 in favour of Hahndorf as well, and 13 handballs each there. And well, that means Hahndorf now have won the last 12 first quarters against Mount Barker since 2010. So there you go. Stats since 2010. So the last 12 first quarters. Goldie.
Thank you very much. And of course, the sponsors for today's contest, Cooler Wild sponsors. Hardcourts, Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford, Print Wrap and Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, Lancaster's Property Services, Bombers just to my left, The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood, Refuel Wellness, Painted, Wine Barrels and Signs, and HFL sponsors Pistols, of course, Hardcourts, Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford, Print Wrap Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, iSports, Coaching Technology, Sports Power, The Courier, Think Road Safety and Closey Supermarket. And the Roos sponsors, we'll get to that shortly. In the meantime, the umpires.
Yeah, very important. The 3 of them out there today, of course, Morgan Price, Peter Humphreys and Scotty Bowe. And we must thank their support of the umpiring. Indeed, Formula Honda, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Hahndorf Fruit and Veg Market, Adelaide Hills Real Estate, the Sterling Hotel Mortgage Choice through Matt Adam, the roadie, doubles up with the Dreammaker, Appel, and of course Intersport Blackwood. All right, boys, we might take a break after
a few sponsorship messages. Yep.
So it's 11-point margin at quarter time here in the quarter while through HFL Media. We'll be back with more shortly.
So I thought I'd just check out a bit of our handiwork from the weekend, and we're watching the HFL here on the side of a titanium caravan, and Daniel popped out. So funnily enough, this is his place with his dad Dave. Daniel, tell us a little bit about Explorer Caravan Sales.
Yeah, family business, committed customer service. We've got the best Australian-made caravans Titanium, Franklin and Viscount caravans. Behind us we've got a big titanium 22-foot family van with a big 50-inch plasma on the back of it. Come and check us out, corner of Prospect and Grand Junction Road. Love to see you.
Come and explore Australia with Explorer Caravans. Cheers.
Mount Barker Ford is located just in Totnes here on Mount Barker Road. We're owned by a gentleman by the name of Peter Thomas, who his veins are rich with football and rich with community, and he's always been based around the idea that everything you do in business should be based around how you can support the community. At the end of the day, I don't expect people to always come and see us, but ultimately we're a business who thrive in supporting the community, and from our perspective we look forward to the community supporting us. And it doesn't matter whether it be the Call of the Wild, the HFL, we're involved in a lot of other community events throughout the hills, and that's why I like being involved with sport, because I think that brings everyone together at different times and different requirements.
Welcome back. Benson Radiology Oval in Mount Barker, quarter time. Barkaroos 13, Hahndorf 24. Just see now Matt Golding addressing the Hahndorf group with our second camera. We'll, I think Matty Thomas is out there, so we might cross to him shortly. Tomo, you got us?
Yeah, I have. Listening to Golds just now, obviously I'll go back to Mount Barker. Lackers was happy with a fair bit of their play, apart from the fact they were just blazing. Go back to Golds. Golds is like quite annoyed with what the Hahndorf boys were allowing Mount Barker to do with their kickouts. Just saying you've got to be closer. You can't just have them make easy kicks out wide. We actually want to bottle them up. If they're going to go relaxed from their zone, they're actually just going to fill up space in the middle so that Mount Barker can't come back in when they're trying to get forward of centre.
All right, James Richards is tuned in here, Tomo.
Jimmy!
With great Cooper Nycam and Thomas Jepp. He's watching from their house.
Three amigos.
Leonie Neal is tuned in from Wellington, New Zealand. Let's go Magpies. And it's good stuff. All the best to your Adler, of course, tomorrow. Pistols, big game against Mount
I'd like
Lofty.
to congratulate Jimmy also for the coming fifth in the Crucifixion Cup last Friday.
Golf.
Yeah, golf, yeah. Well done, Jimmy, came fifth.
Jane J. Hill, anything about that you want to set the scene here as we head into the second term?
Well, the second quarter was when last year Mount Barker got rolling, scoring 32 points to 14. So see if they can do it today.
Okay, this quarter brought to you by Mount Barker Ford, and it's on the Harcourts Adelaide Hill scoreboard. It's Hahndorf leading 24, Barkaroos 13.
So, chance for the Roos to go forward as they face an 11-point deficit. Benny Salt, touch there, coming in strongly there. Ground level, comes back here to Griville. Had a good first term.
Yeah.
Illegal disposal rules, umpire Morgan Price. So,
the Price is right on that one.
By Henry Kleinig. So, Kleinig, it's also under 16 coach for the Roos this year, puts it forward. Big Landers lurking, and in the end takes an uncontested mark
him out
in the true centre half back position for the Pies.
Yeah, I reckon he played under Michael Tudor's premiership side under 18s.
I think you're right.
Goodwill hands it off to a teammate there. So once again, high kick. Bennett's, Callens, good fist away by Huxtable, puts the ball over the boundary line, just down from the Dreammaker.
Daniel Bennett's right groin. Just keep an eye on him, or is it?
He always grimaces.
Okay.
Maybe old age, Tomo, who knows?
Premiership player, of course, at the Woods, 2017.
He was young and he was very fit. He did very well.
So, boundary throw in. Landers gets down to Williams. Williams, high kick right in front of the Dreammaker, a bouncing ball, trying to keep in his Huxtable as he slides safely over the boundary line.
He's definitely sore.
He's grimacing, isn't he?
And he's had a look at the boundary line as well.
That'll be a big loss if they lose Bennett. Meantime, first we'll look at the academy board here, Pistols, and we're getting some good young umpires into the league. As Landers says, thanks very much. I'm going to kick it forward. So here's Bennett's And he was holding on to Huxtable there because he had no real movement in the groins.
Yeah, he's in some trouble here, to be honest.
He couldn't chase him, Tomo, so he held him as the ball come in to give away the free kick.
Well, wouldn't you stand in front and make him run around you, then swing an elbow and just swing an arm back and just give him a little bit of a clip? Like, if you're going to go past me, you're going to wear one.
So Huxtable's taped up quite well here. He's got the left calf done and the left hamstring.
Only 9 A-grade games last year, Benny, but we did see that debut game he played against Mount Lofty, if you recall, a couple of years ago.
I like the way he goes about it.
Very high ball drop. Very high ball drop.
Perhaps Tomo didn't like the way he went his shot at goal there. It's offline, through for a minor score. So 3-7 to the Pies, lead Mount Barker 2-1 in the early stages.
Yeah, that's on the Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. And of course, this quarter brought to you by Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. Kick in. All right, here's the Roos on the outer side.
I love outer side.
Ethan Field with the ball, inboard. Decides to go inboard rather than long. Link up play. Mount Barker straight down the middle of the ground. This is more of their attacking style that we know of the last year or so. Troy Parker balls though, the absolute ball in the defence for Hahndorf. Jesse Landers wheels on the left boot. Bit of a worm-burning mongrel punt as Lockie Murphy picks it up. And Jackson Hooper almost a dump tackle.
Ooh, benefit of the doubt there. It's a slip for Pete Humphries.
He's happy to get free kicks in front of goal though, isn't he?
So ball guard. Little draw ball came down there. Stokes at ground level gets that clever to Callens on the right, puts towards the top of the square. Shell territory, sliding. Ball eludes him.
Oh, Geordie.
He's got back up there from the skipper and Houlihan. Comes across here. Yench stuck the chutney, taken down in the tackle there. Stacks on the mill. So it's actually Parker Biles, not Yench.
Geordie really does tackle well, doesn't he? Geordie Houlihan. He gets him to ground, gives him every chance to get a hold on the ball.
I'll tell you what, Tomo, just give us a weather update. Seemed to got a little bit chilly. The game started at about 20 degrees. I reckon it's dropped to 2 or 3.
Sammy Williams with the torp. It's Williams with the torp in the middle of the ground. Here's a chance for Bennett. So he got the handball out, but it's gone straight to Sam Hill. Hooper was directing traffic beautifully out here to Kleeman. Kleeman kicks the ball forward, 2-on-2 situation. Lockie Huxtable, ground level ball. Prenzler was there as well. Fidji works the ball out of the fence.
Dawson.
And Dawson takes the mark. Of course, he works at AHLG as well, one of our great sponsors.
Of course, crossing up from Leghorn Creek, and formerly before that was at Taylor and Ben. So experienced recruit for the Roos as the ball chipped up the ground here. Bouncing ball, nicely gathered there.
That's an issue.
Nicely gathered, but poorly disposed of. Kleeman intercepted it.
We got
touch of the fumbles.
Slippery yellow Sharon.
Yeah, a few raindrops affecting the yellow pigskin. It comes down to the Macho Man, Cooper Macho, and he's disposed of the ball. Comes back out to Billy Stokes, gets the ball forward to Murphy's under pressure from Grivell. Well backed up there by Match and gets a clearing kick.
Yep, one-on-one situation. And good work there by Troy Parker Paws. Tomo, as Noonan gets ready to come on the ground, does the colour of the ball matter?
Well, it's the painted finish on the ball when you get these sort of pills. They become quite glassy. Yep. You know, you got to be quite skillful to catch an overhead mark. You know.
Maybe we'll take a few marks at 3/4 time or something. See
can't
how slippery
get off the ground anymore, mate. Prisoner of gravity.
I tell you what, we might get a collection of coloured balls.
Yeah, we'll test
and get Tomo out there just to show us, like, remember Tony Gregg used to do the clinics of how to mark the ball in the different conditions.
I'll be honest with you, I have seen some belting falcons from blokes leading out a full forward, thinking they're going to clean mitt the ball, and it's gone straight through and bushka.
Jane J. Hill unpacks some stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
13 kicks to 5 in favour of Mount Barker at the moment as they go forward here.
Yep, they do. We'll go back to you shortly. You can really unpack it shortly. Have some time for yourself.
Marshall Howe.
Go
well
again,
done.
Jaden. Keep going.
Yep, and so 3 inside 50s each at the moment as well. So yeah, Tom, I'm happy to kick some inside out talks to you if you like.
Ooh, inside. Used to sit on the boundary line and kick those
We'll go to you shortly again, Jaden. Just your thoughts on the first 5 minutes of play. What's catching your attention?
Comes back into Pope. Well smothered by Williams. Bouncing ball. Pope follows up. He's got 2 Magpies to beat. Taken it by Kleeman. He's having a good afternoon. Ball comes forward. Also Hopgood, the skipper, slides over the boundary line.
What's capturing your attention, Jaden? Can you see anything that's shifting?
So 4 marks to 1. It was interesting to see Sam Williams try and do a talk before. So interesting, they're not doing that running game at the moment, Tomo. You just kick it forward.
So locked up Sammy Callens. Sammy Williams is doing a power of work.
Sorry, JJ, I'm just scoffing your mum's Anzac pickies you brought along. I'm going to make sure they're gone before you get a crack at them.
So ball up, Joel's in front, hacks it back to back. Callens
special comments, Matt Thomas.
Hooper looks towards the umpire. Was there in French? Umpire Peter Humphries says no. Also, good initiative, boys. You might have seen during the week. Hills Umpiring Academy. If I put that looking for guys to do the under-11s.
Yeah, I might put my hand up for that.
Well, what are you going to coach and umpire, Benny? Good work.
I was holding the footy.
Meantime, the Roos go forward. Samuel Callens, can they get another goal on the board? That's beautiful, slapping on.
Troy's strong, isn't he?
He's a bull.
He's really pushing that youngster. He's really pushing him around.
Oh, is that Doyle there for the Roos, number 28, new recruit. So Tomo's favourite umpire, the price is right. We'll ball it up.
Very nice.
He'll get value out of this. Landis does as he gets it to Williams. He's also getting valuable kicks this afternoon. Oh, at the top, the Roos spotted it. Fidge going high. Taken there by Field. Looks like he pulled up lame as he kicked that ball. Comes back here to Hopgood. Goes only as far as Matchin. Got a handball there. Oh! Forward pass here, I'd suggest, with the quick hands. Cuts around the corner. Where's it? Nelson Forbes.
Yep, ball forward. And finally we've got a mark in the forward line. Ball goes forward into the forward pocket. And that's chopped out. Koshel was the target. We'll get Tomo to talk us through that shortly. Dylan Hopgood, ball out of defence. Hahndorf, Jaden, opening round. They were the highest user of the ball in terms of kicking efficiency, and we can see it on show at the moment. We'll go to you shortly with some of those stats. Joel Parker-Bors kicks the ball in the middle of the ground. Great attack on the ball. I think that was Kate Harvey. The old 1-2 ball forward. High fly was Bennett. Testing his groins out there as the Roos go on the counter-attack Pistols.
Comes
Billy Stokes.
So Billy Stokes nurses along the Ruberger pocket. Packed pavilion over there. Looking for Houlihan out over the boundary line. The
Great call,
Pistols. Skipper.
Great call.
So the skipper, what can he do here? Nurses the ball forward.
Ooh.
And chipping into space there, teammate is Jack Hartman.
They've got to wheel around now, get it in. They've got to start to wheel around. Forward of centre, they're being way too slow. Oh, we've got a 50.
50 metres.
There are signs there, though, aren't there, Tomo?
Yeah, there's bits and pieces. Yeah, if they could probably speed up the way they're moving the ball and be a bit more direct when they're getting closer to centre. But it's about getting that entry point in. They've got to get deeper, as Lack has even said in the pre-game.
So Hartman from Edwardstown, but originally Carey Narracourt Football League, Kingston Club. So let's see what he can do here as he goes towards the Alexandrina end.
We'll go to Jaden shortly. Whatever happens, this is a kick. And he's missed it. So Jaden, in just Hahndorf's efficiency in round one, they were the best user of the ball, correct?
Yeah, so they had 303 disposals, efficiency of 68.3%. They had 52 inside 50s as well. Against Blackwood Hahndorf as well. But Mount Barker leading that stat 7-3 at the moment.
I tell you, a stat thanks to Print Wrap and Pack is how many cookies.
I've eaten 5.
Tomo's had 5.
I'm glad they're not the sneaky naughty ones either. They'll be in all sorts of strife.
You've still got the party pies at half time to go, Tomo, so don't go too quick.
Don't eat pies, mate.
That's the voice comes out. Held up there was Big Jolsey.
You just bowl them, do you?
Yeah, you don't chew them, Tomo.
Pucker was always good at point when I was opening the bowling for the Eradler B grade.
So Giles gets it down. There's Billy Stokes, gets on the left, tries to centre the ball, but no one at home set the silky one.
Kick it to me, Yench. Don't go anywhere. Half time, we've got a very special guest who's going to join us. Or I'll join him, actually.
So Jacko Hooper.
On the back of his ute.
Ah, interesting. So Jacko Hooper just looking for a cop out. Gets it across here to Grivell. So Ollie Grivell.
Zach
Grivell. Sorry, Ollie, of course, down at Sturt. Will be playing tomorrow against Westies. My apologies. Puts up his Bennett's again. Oh, I got one hand to it.
Oh,
swooping
here we
there.
go. Snag of the day coming up. No, not quite, but that's a good reel.
Great to kick a goal. Coming back like that, kick a goal, wouldn't it? I would have given him a high five myself.
Tomo speaking with a half mouthful of Anzac cookies.
Welcome back, Cooper. So, one behind. The Pies have added 2 points. Mount Barker 1 point in this term.
Yep, Billy Stokes goes to Noonan, who fumbles it, and he's set upon by a flock of magpies. Riley Clown, a pinball machine. Joel Barker-Bors flicks it through. Roos defence under enormous pressure. They don't want to concede a goal here because they've been in the fight here for the first 10 minutes or so of this quarter. They need to get down the other end. Hahndorf are absolutely swimming around here, ready to pounce. Here's Prenzler.
On the line.
Goalkeeping style there, Jaden, right on the line.
So, ball clear to the cricket net pocket.
Bit of Schwarzer.
Take it out there. I think this might be Murphy, Lockie Murphy, the rising star. So, I'm Bosnich man myself. As the ball goes out wide.
Nothing like a bit of Bozo.
Packed boundary, as you can see. Good crowd in the
Here
house.
we
Watch
go.
this Anzac Day.
George
Comes out here to George Pope. Gets it on. No. Gets back to Beck Giles. He goes boom on the left. Upside driving mark taken there by Barker Boz. Troy variety.
He'd be in contention early.
Yeah,
of course,
very much so.
Anzac medal and also the most effective player. And some good prizes for the most effective player this season, Benny.
Yeah, absolutely. Pistols, Refuel Wellness, the highest quality
recovery.
recovery.
The magnesium.
Your magnesium spray, thanks to refuelwellness.com.au. Do yourself a favour, they get that. Plus they get the Jaden, the Print Wrap and Pack, specially designed can.
You call it wild lager.
Lager,
yeah.
6-pack, and of course they call it a wild beanie. How good.
Yes.
We'll get you to take us through it very shortly, just
Look
what
out.
you're noticing inside the first 12 minutes.
Hills football's biggest prizes is on Jaden Jay's showcase, so stay tuned at the end of the game
We
for
haven't
that.
had a snag of the day contender yet.
No, of course, Lowe's, we thank them very much for their support of that. I tell you what, Tom, it hasn't been too many, when we look at Lancaster's property services
Defensive
work.
No,
What are your thoughts on the defensive work thanks to Lancaster's properties?
There's been a few golden fists getting around there, so the old Spud Frawley golden fists, there's a few getting around, but at the end of the day, it's so fumbly and everything that when the ball goes in, it's skidding in quite often part of the first quarter, but this is becoming quite slippery underfoot and slippery with the ball.
What about AHLG, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moments? Anything capturing your attention so far in terms of players or whatnot?
No, not really. To be perfectly honest with you, I think it's just a battle at the moment. Got no big. Well, that was no bad spoil.
We might have one here actually. As Cooper Hoff intercepts, flicks it on to Ben
Salty.
Can he snap around the corner? No, it's a high, wide, and straight down the throat of Oh, there we go.
That's a very good mark.
There's a bit of a memorable moment.
Right there.
I'd nominate the memorable moment at Tom. I put 3 cookies in his mouth.
Five.
Nah, I've
5
done
cookies.
one after the other. I'm not a real pig. Come on now, he's up.
So
5 cookies thanks to Anzac.
So the ball out towards the broadcast here.
Good
Callens,
body work.
Good body work off Salt.
No, Peter.
He's overturned it. Umpire Humphrey
That is
said
a shocking call.
Salt was dealt with illegally. So Benny Salt, that's a wicket keeper for Hahndorf this year in their grand final appearance in the cricket. Puts it back from whence it came.
Yeah, Tomo's getting right into his.
That was Dave Murphy, wasn't me.
Lockie Murph. Lockie Boson's down there, or is Dave Murphy's down there? Maybe go quick chat, but no jokes. Jaden J. Hill, thanks to Print, Wrap and the Pack. We'll go to you shortly with the next boundary throw-in, all right, as George Pope just comes back to the interchange bench. Short pass taken here by Jackson Field. So just a calm before the storm. Hopefully no real rain coming. Well, we don't mind it for the farmers, of course. As Xavier Parker Boers pistols inboard pass, and that's what Hahndorf do brilliantly. Pinpoint precision to Jacko
Man
Hooper.
Hooper feigned the wrong way, then goes on to the right, puts it out wide. That's a brilliant kick.
You know, there's a bit of Darryl White about his drop. Remember Darryl White?
Darryl White. Paul Northeast.
He needs the long.
Yeah, Paul Northeast.
He needs the long sleeves, Darryl White. So Prenzler has actually kicked 2 goals. So he's actually got 8 for the season. Bagged 6 last week. Only his second season to senior.
There's not a breath of breeze out there either.
I think he's wearing Cooper Hoff's
he is
former
indeed.
number.
He is indeed. So, and as you said, the Anzac Day Guernsey.
32. And Matty Cooper designed Guernsey there for Hahndorf too.
Yep. So here we go.
Oh, that's
it's going to pull across the face of goal. It's going to get a mark back there. No, fisted forward.
Golden fist.
All right, Jaden, over to you. What do you got for us? 14 minutes gone.
Yeah, 14 minutes gone. 29 kicks to 20 in favour of Mount Barker. 8 inside 50 entries to Mount Barker, 7 for Hahndorf. So pretty even in that stat at the moment. And 10 marks to 7 in favour of the Barkaroos.
And we haven't had a goal, have we, Pistols, this quarter?
No, just the 4 points to the Pies and 1 point to the Barkaroos as the ball works along.
Field kicks the ball forward, 1-on-1 contest. Sam
Oh,
Hill.
Sam Hill doing it all.
He's having a great start to the year. Short pass, finds Sam Williams with the arm guard. So he's looking for some options. It's Dave Murphy just runs around him here, the runner for Mount Barker, just giving some constructive advice. Goes long ball forward. Hahndorf have got the players down there, the high flyers. Ground level ball, they've also got that there. Prenzler dives in, he's looking for some point. Might have copped one high here.
He has.
He's a bit dazed. 32.
Hack forward by Bennett. Might have tested that groin bouncing ball. A couple of roos there. Hack forward comes out the back door.
Slippery yellow peel.
Xavier and Parker Boers. He's looking for support. Gives it back to brother.
This could be a dagger here.
Goes long. Off line, out of bounds on the full. Marked in the crowd there. Crowd mark. Sorry, that was Cooper Matchin, right?
Jaden Noonan turning 18 as well, Pistols, I think, during the week.
So Patrick Tedderman here, famous
Son of a
name,
gun.
of course, goes wide.
As the rain just
On the lead.
increases a little bit.
That's a long lead.
That's a great tackle on Cashel. Tell you what, the defensive pressure all over the ground.
Great
Hahndorf
work, Jaden.
It's causing the
Noonan.
Roos to cough up the ball here, close to the boundary line. So good call, Tommy, to put up the marquee.
Might just go, Tommy, just Hutto on the interchange bench here with Coach Daniel Lackenby, just on having a bit of a chat to some of the players here. What are your thoughts? How he'd be feeling, Tomo? Lacker's here.
He'd just be wanting the ball out of the area, and they'd like to get a clean look on goal, I would have thought.
So, bouncing ball. Salt leads. Under
It's
pressure.
2-on-1 if he can keep his feet.
Good,
It's 2-on-1.
Good body work there. Good battle there against
job.
Nelson Forbes.
As it can be. Coach Daniel Lackenby was down the bottom left-hand corner. There he is, the great man.
Looks like a Viking today, doesn't he?
He means business.
Former South Gambia player. Forbes, an elite runner.
Premiership player from Mount Barker.
Watch
as
this
well.
ruck work, boys.
So, ruck duel. Ball comes in. Here's Stokes. Taken by Xavier Parker. Bowles. He's wrapped up. Dispossessed. And Rue gang tackle there. He's
You don't need
dispossessed.
4 umpires to work that one out.
That's
Jackson was ahead of the ball there. He was ready to have a
So
ping on goal.
Scotty Bow got that one right as Billy Stokes with the ball.
Yep.
Best player last week, and the Roos got the best season opener. Jack O'Field puts it out wide here to Matchin, Cooper variety. Former Strath Albon boy. Nurses it forward. Jaden Noonan, another son of a gun.
Yep, I liked his impact. He's come on the ground. He kicks the ball up the wing.
Oh,
that's courage. That's an
indeed.
AHLG and Little Hampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment taken there by Lockie Huxtable.
Yeah, Cashel coming hard, but Huxtable stood his ground. Good mark.
Huxtable, 14 points to margin. A real sort of ebb and flow. Nothing really to report. No snag of the day contenders. Another low-scoring sort of encounter here at Benson Radiology match.
What's about games at Mount Barker? Goals at a premium as Bennett goes to ground.
All flicked on cleverly.
Yep, comes out of here. Here's a chance for Clare, who really hasn't been sighted much. Taken there by Stokes once again. Cricket net pocket. Got the match in. Nurses along the line. Xavier Parker Bowles pushed out there. Taken by Forbes. He looks for support.
Well
does it on his own. Will swing onto the left. Really nice little tidy pass up the field.
All right, now they've got a chance here if they use it well. Sliding in, takes the mark.
Pope.
George Pope, back from Sturt this season. I like the way he goes about it. And he's gone sideways here. Anyway, okay. Samuel Callens takes the
Hahndorf
mark.
have pushed back really hard and have covered up a lot of gaps.
Got to take the mark here, and that's almost 25.
Oh, I got it too.
Yep.
Yeah, Tiedemann.
And checking an eye on Matt Golding there. Alrighty. Meantime, the ball was moved towards centre forward. He could have moved a little bit extra, but he got Koshel on the sliding mark. He got to wrap that up. But he leaves it at ground level, and that's another free kick for Hahndorf. And it's 25, and it's on again. That could be a double 25.
Cashel, just a bit of frustration there, I think.
Is that double 25? We could be Collingwood style down the end of the ground here.
Yep, double.
Cheers. That's costly.
Yeah.
Coach Lackenby, we just get the camera on him here as he's pacing the sidelines.
Here comes Jesse Landers. He's going to run down and try to get on the end of one. You watch.
So Cooper Fort, another son of a gun.
Big bang.
Goes long.
Oh,
Clare couldn't hold on to it. Handball clear. Gathered there, the Pies. Good vision, puts it out to Salt. Salt will go long as he peppers it forward. Good intercept there. Rue's doing well, that's better. Just across here to teammate in Dawson.
2 on 1 here.
Dawson goes long. Here's Cashel, 2 against 1.
Better.
The silky one, Yench, puts it over the line.
Coach Lackenby happy with that as he's strolling around at ground level. Now we've got the ball centre wing right in front of him here.
There
Just
he
telling
is.
the group to calm down.
Yeah, the Zen Master.
He is a bit of Zen Master. Got a bit of Viking and Zen about him.
Yeah.
So boundary throw in.
So-
Rucks go at it. Nice work there by Xavier Parker ball. Here's Kleeman. Pope. Could have gone the bump there. Pistols went to the tackle, which was a good option.
Yep, trying to get up the line towards Hoff. And over the boundary line, taken over there by Henry Kleinig.
Once again, we're on Call of the Wild 2025 Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, and search HFL Media on YouTube. Let us know where you're watching. Oh, here we go. Greg Hopgood, Go Hahndorf from Veterans Camp in Alawoona, SA.
Yep,
Pistols?
Alawoona, yes, up the in the Mallee. Ball comes out into Dawson on the left. Perhaps needs to tidy up the skill there on the left. It's the ball out of bounds. Yes, up Alawoona.
They had a great opportunity then to be controlled with the footy, and they had the outnumber. They just need to keep the ball within their hands.
So, Cooper Fort, we're in that famous number, puts it forward. Landers over top, it's Clamp. Said
40.
struggling to get into the game. Ball comes out the back here.
Nice work, Pope.
Prenzler. Stokes.
That's
Pope.
almost holding the ball.
Ground level.
Cooper Fort's old man, 40, playing against him when we were young. He was funny on the lip. I was a runner against him a couple of years ago. He gave me the best serve nearly ever.
Because 300 gamer, I think, and as you said, Premiership captain.
Champion fella too. Like,
Oh, advantage played.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
He's pulled it back. Price is not right there because
Is
he
that
had
the Formula Honda decision of the day?
Not better nice.
Give him benefit of the doubt.
After this kick, we'll get J&J Hill to unpack the stacks thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
So the Robocop, Matty Thomas's favourite, Landers just chips it up for the leap over the back of the pack, taken away by Cooper Matchin. In front of the cricket net
Riley
pocket, puts it
Clamp
out wide. Out there trying to find Jack Hartman. Ball beats him over the boundary line. So
Just quickly, Riley Clamp is doing a truckload of work down there for not much result. He's tackling, he's jumping at footies, contesting. It's going to come his way. I can tell you, there's going to be something happening in the second half.
Daniel Lackenby, we're hoping it doesn't happen in the second half.
Yeah, he'd be hoping it would.
Last year's leading goal kicker, if he gets going, well, you're in all sorts.
Grivell kicks the ball forward. We'll go to Jaden shortly. Giles, fisted by Clamp. He's doing the 1% work. Ground level ball. Here's Pope. George Pope kicks the ball in the middle of the ground. Houlihan with a chest mark. He can go again. One step, kick inside 50. Says run onto it, Fidji. Can he collect it? He's tight in the pocket. Can he do a snag it a day contender, or is he hustled towards the boundary line? He's hustled towards the boundary line. That's a win for the Roos. They got it down the other end of the ground. J&J Hill unpacked the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
Thanks, Goldie. So 45 kicks to 28 in favour of Mount Barker. Inside 50s as half-time here. 16 to 10 in favour of Hahndorf.
Yep, take us through everything that you think was good in that quarter or that you want to unpack before we go to a break.
Yeah, so obviously only one centre clearance was to Mount Barker. Marks 16 to 9, Hamble 21 to 14. But like I said, Mount Barker had 17 more kicks there, but more of a defensive sort of play from them really, because they were trying to get it out of their defensive 50 there. So that's 42 is the aggregate score at half time at the moment. It's actually the lowest aggregate score, first half score between these two teams since round 12 2017. Yep. So there you go, pretty low scoring affair here at Mount Barker Oval.
All right, Jaden J, thank you very much. So the end of the first half, as I said, low scoring. Last year's grand final, 3 goals kicked between by both sides in the grand final, and well, today 2-2 Mount Barker, 3-10 Hahndorf. Not a goal scored in that quarter. Mount Barker was just the solitary behind, and Hahndorf adding 4 points to their score. So I said 3-10 plays 2-2. So we'll go into half time with some sponsorship messages. Then we'll come back, and Benny, Benny is lining up a special guest, but we'll take that as we come back here. So Call of the Wild coming to you through HFL Media. Half time sees Mount Barker 14 trailing Hahndorf 28. Back with the second half shortly.
Hey, it's Braden from the Hahndorf Football Club, and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild Anzac Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Matt Golding from the Hahndorf Footy Club, and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Riley Clamp from Hahndorf Football Club, and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hi, it's Sam Williams from the Hahndorf Football Club, and you're tuned into the Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live, Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Sam McTaggart here from Mount Lofty Devils, and you're tuned into the Hills Footy.
Hey, it's Daniel Lackenby from Mount Barker Football Club, and you're tuned into the Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live, Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hello, it's Jordan Houlihan here from the Mount Barker Football Club, and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live, Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Samuel Callan from the Mount Barker Footy Club, and you've tuned into the Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live, Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hi, I'm Jared Tate and I'm from AHLG. AHLG is all about making life better, one outdoor space at a time. From landscape design to high-end landscape construction and all your lawn and garden maintenance needs. We're based in the Adelaide Hills and we've got you covered.
I'm Trent Shawland, principal of Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. So I've been running the business now for 25 years. We obviously specialise in residential sales and rural sales, property management, and we do some commercial work as well. It's a family-owned and family-run business. Both my children, Harry and Georgia, and my wife Kim are in the business as well. Long-standing business that we're very, very proud of. For Kim and I, it's been all about what we can put back into the community as well. So the sport and local events have been something we've really focused heavily on to make sure that, you know, we are putting back into our local Adelaide Hills community. We've got 2 offices, one's in Mount Barker, 58 Gawler Street, and the second one here at Stirling is 8 to 12 Mount Barker Road, Stirling.
Mark Stokes here from Painted Wine Barrels and Signs. Find me on Facebook and Instagram for all your wine barrels, drums, corflute signs, signage needs. Give us get in contact.
Hi, it's John here from Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. We have all your landscaping supplies. We have our premium firewood from our red gums to our blue gum to our mallee root. Come down and see us. We're just behind Littlehampton Clay Bricks and Pavers.
Tune in and buckle up. Now it's time to back your side. When lose or draw, it's that time for the Hills Footy Ride.
Hey, it's Braden from the Hahndorf Football Club, and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild, Anzac Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Matt Golding from the Hahndorf Footy Club, and you are tuned into the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Riley Clamp from Hahndorf Football Club, and you are tuned into the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hi, it's Sam Williams from the Hahndorf Football Club. And
Live, Mount Barker Oval, Benson Radiology Ground, Hills Football League Division 1 Anzac Day action, and it's the Hahndorf Magpies 3-10, leading the Mount Barker Barkaroos 2-2 at half time. And roving reporter Benny Golfitch, as I said, big crowd in the house, and stars on the field and off the stars as we cross to him with one of the stars of Hills Football League, Premiership player the last couple of years, and we'll just check up how he's going. So Benny, take it away.
Oh, best introduction you've ever done, Pistols. Thanks very much for that one. And we are joined on the back of the ute here with the great man Lockie May, of course, NAM Premiership player who's at Sturt this season, unfortunately injured with a knee, but he's joined us here on Call of the Wild, half-time Anzac Day, Hahndorf Mount Barker. Lockie, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's a bit cold, but it's been a good game of footy so far, so I'm looking forward to the second half, for sure.
Now the left knee, is it left knee?
Left knee.
So take us through it, JJ Hill style, and what was the mindset firstly, and then what is it like now?
Firstly, when I did it, a bit devastated because it was, I really wanted to put my best foot forward for Sturt. I wanted to give it a go. Mindset now is just to make myself bigger and better for next year, and really just cement my spot in whatever grade that has to be. Obviously, hopefully the top level of league footy, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to going for next year and getting bigger and better this year.
How old are you?
23.
Perfect, easy. So what you obviously had some positives though down at Sturt so far, despite the knee. Like the people there, that made you feel welcome, and Marty Matner, what's it like? Firstly, and then we'll talk about your dad because there's a connection down at Sturt. So what's it like down there?
Marty and Trappy both met up with me start of last year, 24. I got to sign a contract that day, and then obviously I wanted to, build my game, through Nairne. Obviously fell short last year in the grand final, but I felt like personally I learnt a lot of my game. And then obviously during the year, I just, like this year before I did my knee, Marty and Trappy were just really like chatting to me about how I can improve my game, and now I just really I really want to be down there again next year, and I love the people down there. All the players are really welcoming, and yeah, I just love the club, and I want to keep going down there. So.
And the family connection.
Yes. So Dad played down there. He's a best and fairest winner down there, as he keeps telling me. But he knows a few people. He knows Trappy. Nicholas Swingler, who was the trainer down there. He was my dad's trainer back in the day. Still there. But yeah, I just want to play because I know I can be better than Dad. So I want to do that for me. Yeah.
And so are you down there doing rehab? Are they all that sort of stuff? And what have they said about obviously committing for next year?
Yeah, so I've signed again for next year, and I'm just doing my rehab through my personal physio at Sturt, and I'm hoping to just keep that cranking. I'm starting to up the ante a bit, starting to do heavier weights, and then a couple of weeks I start jogging, and then hopefully running again and jumping.
So what sort of areas do you want to work on? Because the players who do talk about having injuries, like if it's AFL, Riley Thilthorpe, a year off, but then got super strong and grew a beard. I mean, are you looking to embody a bit of that work, or what areas do you want to work on during your break?
Yes, I want to get a bit bigger. I want to put on a few kilos. I've lost a few ever since I've done my knee, but I definitely want to get a bit bigger and improve a bit more of my game, more aerial marking, and just anything really, just to make myself cement a spot and the highest level.
Oh, Matty Thomas, I'm not sure if you can hear me in the box. If you've got a question for Lockie that you want to relay, feel free to do it through Tommy or Jaden as well. In the meantime, the premiership at Nairne, fond memories from that at Lobethal Oval against Hahndorf?
Yep. Well, that was a stellar day. I wasn't heaps confident on the day, but then as soon as that half-time came through and that third quarter was amazing. The fourth quarter was a bit of a scare, but we came back and we just set it alight, and the night was even better to top it off. So, best grand final I've ever played in for sure.
So, what areas do you want to work on and want to improve on?
I'd say probably be a lot stronger in the contest, aerial marking. I've been good at that, but it can get better. Everyone can improve, but I definitely think I can improve on my marking more and just get fitter, and the fitter I am, the better I am, and I think that goes for anyone, I guess.
Any players that you role model on, or that you think you resemble, or you'd like to?
In the HFL, or
either SNFL, AFL, whatever.
Fraser Evans, Sturt, centre half back. I used to watch him as a junior, and I loved watching him play. And Dad said, that's sort of the standard you should try and work to be. So,
relayed message, Jaden. Oh, favourite position, forward or back? Because you can play forward or back.
Yeah, well, last year I played half the year of midfield, and I got the most male medal votes that I've ever gotten. So I definitely think centre half back is my position, 100%. Yeah.
And so did you play any internals or anything like that, or was it just during training that the injury occurred?
So I did a little team game at Cornerstone and played really well. Played in the league side for that one, and then we played a reserves. We played a reserves one as well, and I felt like that was like where I was going to be. And then I did my knee 2 weeks later, and that was where I downfell. So it wasn't great.
Well, thanks very much for joining us. What are your thoughts on the game so far, and who do you think gets the chocolate?
Well, I think Hahndorf started very well. Obviously, because Dad's come across to Mount Barker in the reserves, but I'd like to go for Mount Barker in the A grade. But I think it's even at the moment, but I'm pretty sure maybe Hahndorf will get the chocolates today. Yeah.
Of course, and your uncle's involved with Hahndorf, and he's supported us greatly this year. Of course, Trent Shawland.
Yes, yes, I'm sure he has. He's he's good. He's been very supportive of me since I've done my knee, and so has Dad as well. I live with Dad, so he's been there every step of the way. And I think Dad's loving it as reserves coach from Mount Barker.
And just finally, Unley Oval, you enjoy the facilities down there?
Bloody oath, that's it's pretty mint down there. They look after you. The ground's beautiful, and yeah, the club in general is in a very good position and very strong. And I love it down there. So can't wait for next year.
And just finally, before we cross back to Pistols, and supporters remember your dad and you down there, obviously through him.
Yes, a lot of people have said, they know me through my dad, which is good. It helps me out, makes me feel a bit more comfortable. But I do want to make my own image, which is how I've wanted to have for a very long time now. So I think I'm starting to do that, which is good.
Lockie May, all the best for the recovery, and we'll see you back out there next year, and I'm sure you'll win multiple best and fairest.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Great man. All right, Pistols, back to you and Tomo.
Good on you, Benny, and we wish Lockie all the best in his recovery. So second half just about to start here. 14-point margin in favour of the Hahndorf Magpies. Matty Thomas, what does Mount Barker need to do, mate, to get back in?
First 10 on the footy in the ruck will be a great start, but obviously getting it down and just keeping control of the ball. They've been bashing their kicks forward. That's all right. There we go. Oh, turn it up, Peter. Anyway, umpires getting probably just a little bit too involved, but Mount Barker going forward just need to retain possession of the ball.
So Jesse Landers with the first kick of the second half goes long inside the forward arc as they go towards Alexandrina end. Looks like the mark has been paid there. Looks like it's going to go to Riley Clamp, who you actually said late in the second term if he gets his way into the game. Be like, what happened at the
he's been working
Anzac Cove a long time ago.
He's been working his tail off in the forward line for Hahndorf.
So
a lot of effort.
So yet to kick a goal this afternoon. In fact, only kicked the one goal last week in round one. So last season's leading goal kicker finished with 66 in a premiership campaign. So his first real shot on goals, if I'm right, Jaden J. So Laura Riley Clamp, can he bring up his first? And the fourth for the afternoon, deliberate shot. I tell you what, they get around him, he's pretty happy with that. So what have we got? Just over a minute in the game in the second half, and the Hahndorf on the board.
Jaden J. Hill, unpack the stacks thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
We've just got a score here from Kersbrook and Gumaraka. Third quarter score about 10 minutes ago. So Kersbrook 11-10-76, lead Gumaraka 11-6-72.
How good.
There you go.
That's a good contest.
That's 4 points the margin in the third quarter.
All right, smack bang in the middle of Benson Radiology Oval in Mount Barker. Great to hear the docile tones too of MC Timmy Glover at half time.
Oh yes.
It was rumoured that he put the cue in the rack, but no, he's
Well,
back.
away.
Hung up there.
The voice.
Hung up the golden mic.
Johnny Farnham style, he's back, which is great. Meantime, ball half forward line for the Magpies. 20 points the margin. Roos need the next one. That's almost holding the ball, not paid. Jackson Hooper this time on the double-handed drop on the left. Riley Clamp, that's an AHLG, and also Little Hampton
signs.
Landscape and Firewood. Memorable moment on the non-preferred.
Remember this happened at the start of the first quarter? They got out, the Hahndorf got out the blocks.
Missed their shots.
Their shots.
Yeah.
But I think Riley did the work, and like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by Pistols. I'm joking. He did a truckload of work in that forward half. For Hahndorf did Riley Clamp, and you know what? I just think when you work your tail off, you make your own chances, and it comes to you later in the game.
And he has snuck it in. That's a snag of the day
Loves
contender.
a celebration too, doesn't he? Loves a celebration.
Lowe's Miko, snag of the day contender.
So just under 3 minutes into the second half, and Riley Clamp, goalless in the first half, has now added 2 goals and stretched that lead for the Pies. So not the alarm bells were ringing before for the at half time for the Barkaroos. They've certainly extended now.
Jaden J. Hill, you got something there? You're eager? You want to say something?
That was a precision lead and a precision kick, to be honest. That was, unreal by Riley Clamp as well. So
20-point margin, 5-10 plays 2-2.
Beautiful work, Jaden.
Here's a chance for Landers. Gets away, overrunning was Hop. Good Dylan. Here's Williams. Very good first half. Got it back to Jens. Quick kick forward. Playing in front and taking a good mark there was Henry Kleinig. So Kleinig, second year with the clubs after joining from Southern Saints and Freeling. So Kleinig goes across, finds Sammy Callens, winner of the last 5 best and fairest. Just the last 5 for Mount Barker. Of course, a Mile medal in between there as well. Appealing for over the mark, Nelson Forbes, and he's Scotty Bowe heard him there. Tomo, so
very well earned there by David Murphy. He pointed that out to the umpire perfectly.
So to kick forward, they've got the numbers down here. Griville takes the mark right in the middle of two Mount Barker players, Cochelle and Lockie Murphy.
He's having a good game.
Yep.
Murphy seemed to watch the ball. He could have taken a chest
And
mark.
goes to Cooper Ford on the bounce. He's trying to claim that one on the right hand to Griville. Cochelle throws him into the picnic group down there in the forward pocket. Rouge supporters. Hahndorf in control, leading by 26 points.
Mount Barker aren't setting anything up behind the footy here, guys, at all. It's just like one-on-ones.
Boundary throw in, Landers, ground level. Ball shovelled out, Lockie Murphy. Snap round the corner by Forbes. High ball. Landers brings it to ground level. Jacko Hooper to mop up and clean the ball out and kick it into the middle of the ground.
Push out there, went unnoticed by the umpire. Handball by Matchin out wide. Puts his team under the pressure. Good enough to get out of it. Chipping the ball forward there. Taken by the Rouge as they go inside the 50-metre arc. That's better movement. And a good contested mark taken there by last year's Rising Star Award. Because,
AHLG worker?
Yep, adopting the family number 2, switching up from number 6, which he had last year. So Lockie Murphy, this will be a real tonic for the Rouge. The last goal coming on the siren at quarter time, Benny, through Big Joel. So to say they need a goal is a bit of an understatement as he shoots towards the Wellington Road end.
So Lockie Murphy, this to get the Rouge up and about. Beautiful kick. His dad will be out there shortly with a message for him saying good kick. Jaden J. Hill, unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
Yeah, 7 kicks to 6 at the moment. 2 inside 50s Mount Barker, 3 for Hahndorf and 4 marks each. And last year Murphy kicked 5 goals and was in the best players 8 times.
Tomo, important goal.
Important goal there. They need to get multiples now. They need to get another one back, just get some momentum back going for their boys.
So 20 points the margin now, Tommy, are on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard.
So Giles against the big man in Landers. So the Rouge, can they get back-to-back goals for the first time in the game? Throw it. Leaper was Landers, wins it hands down. Coming to meet it's Forbes. Dispossessed.
Can't let that out.
Taken by Hopgood, gets it forward. Defensive mark taken there. Matchin gets it up, finds Pope. Pope streams through the centre area, goes inside 50.
Good kick.
There's a chance for Titterman. Second generation star takes the mark. We're in the talked about famous Murphy number 2, so the famous Titterman number of 13. Of course, worn by his dad Scott, of course past coach here as well. So Paddy Titterman, right behind him. 13 goals last season. Take his best kick here, that's for sure.
No one leading at him at all.
That's right.
Jeez.
First to lead there was Jens. That's probably the easiest he'll get for a while. Gets it down off hands. Oh, was it a paid the mark? Yes.
Well, that's...
Umpire Humphries pointed the wrong way initially. Cooper Matchin, I thought you got to pay the mark. So Cooper Matchin, former Strathalbyn Rooster and South Adelaide Panther, got a few loose guys out in the wing area. Decides to go long.
Kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Houlihan will fly off his face and takes the chest mark.
Manny Thomas's Falcon.
That's how you do it.
So Houlihan kicks the ball high towards Cochelle. Can he take a mark? Yes, he can.
Does.
That's an AHLG and Little Hampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment. Now for the finish. This could be a snag of the day contender if it gets the Rouge back into it. He's kicked 1 goal today. This will bring it back to 14 points the margin. Tom, I talk about a left foot snap here or a check side?
Check side for me.
Or a drop punt?
Yeah. Check side, always easier.
So Cochelle.
So originally Wasanga, Kangaroo Island boy, South under 18s.
Snag of the day. Benny, who sponsors that?
Lowe's,
Daniel
mate.
Lowe.
Yeah, no, Blackwood boy.
That,
he's hit
poster.
Post.
Was going to go to drop in and then came around for the check
You know
side.
that, Tomo, a good Blackwood boy. Daniel Lowe.
Yeah, Lowe, he's a good down south lad. He's a champion fella.
Good sausages. So,
Good bangers.
kick it to me, we'll bring it back in. Matty Yench, cleverly disguised the pass out here to Troy Parker's balls, who marks
Beautiful.
Crafty.
half-back flank area.
Just working the yellow pill there beautifully in the wet. Troy Parker Boers goes the Jackson Hooper. Liked his work rate. Certainly made an impact early days here at Hahndorf as he kicks the ball into the middle of the ground. He's got Kate Harvey. It's a chop out though. Good signs here for the Roos. As Nelson Forb on the left boot into the forward pocket. Cochelle's down there. Can he work his magic? Yes, he can. Not quite. Cooper Fort, good hustle. And the Magpies on the counter-attack through kicking to me, Matthew Yench, Shilky style.
Yeah, good teamwork back for the Pies, but could be intercepted here. Going to ground with Matchin. Oh, strong body work there. Ball spills out here. There's a chance for Forbes. He's working the game. High left footer towards the top of the square. Cashell's got 2 to beat.
Out of bounds on the full.
Out of bounds, the Academy boy indicates. So the Parker Boz just chips it up the line. Finds a teammate there. Jackson Hooper, said second game for the Pies, former Bridgewater Callington Raider and also Southern Eagles on York Peninsula last 2 years. Good pick-up for the Pies.
Might just get Hutto a little bit of interchange roo work shortly as the ball is moving up the field here for the Magpies. A chain of hand passes, ends with Noah Prenzler. He's got some inboard vision here, but it's going to be marked by Lockie Murphy, is it? Or he's pushed out of it? As we see there on the interchange bench.
Covers some ground, Lockie Murphy.
So Murphy, meantime, switches play out towards Jaden Noonan, picks it up on the bounce, handball over the top, could come off here. Dawson, low worm burner, finds George Pope. Coach Lackenby just working the notepad here. So Pope. Another goal here for the Roos, could get him up and about. Houlihan will fly, will he? No, he almost takes a one-hander. And he, WWE style, brings him to the ground.
DDT.
We'll unpack some stacks thanks to Print Wrap and Pack shortly from Jaden. Get his thoughts on what's going out there. Houlihan gets to his feet.
So, umpire Price is right, gets it down, trying to burst his way through Parker Bowles.
Around this stoppage, got 2 Mount Barker out the back for them to be able to kick forward, but then on the other side, there's no one in any special spots for Hahndorf.
So tap forward there by the big man and Landers. Comes back here, declining, dispossessed. The skipper and Hopgood gets one on the right foot quickly towards Clamp. Good defence there. Roos, desperate. It's out of their viewing area. Going forward for the Pies deep in the pocket. Loose ball. Xavier Parker Boz comes back to Matchin, who's working.
Gee whiz, that's dangerous.
Trying to kick across the line, I tell you what.
Like
umpire Big M says yes, and I tell you what.
Noah Prenzler just pokes that one through. Tomo.
Lackers has just looked
and
up
you
at the
can
sky
see
and
that
gone,
if
what
looks, the smug Cooper Matchin there, trying to crook across goals, just didn't make the contact. I don't know. And Prenzler.
It looked like it was an under pressure kick, and
that's
like
a snag.
There's a hand in the mix there. So
Prenzler with his third, boys.
Jane J Hill unpacks some stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
So 17 kicks to Hahndorf, 16 to Mount Barker, inside 50s, 7-5 in favour of Mount Barker at the moment. Handball 6-5, so pretty even stats there at the moment. Mount Barker have had more forward entries.
And your thoughts?
This quarter. Important goal coming up right now if Hahndorf can snag one here, but they're going forward at the moment, Goldie.
Yeah, they are. Joel Parker Bors kicks the ball forward. Oh, almost a jungling mark there by Prenzler, and he's paid the mark.
That's not a mark. Far out.
So Prenzler certainly on fire.
Just under 10s or something.
Live wire. Will be lining up for his 4th goal.
Good effort. Have the mark.
Kicked 6 last week, so he certainly knows who they are. Good start to the 2025 season. 9 goals in 1 and say nearly 3/4 games.
Right behind him here.
So James Davis for the key shot. So towards Alexandrina end. Noah Prenzler, second season of senior footy. This one's going to drift away to the right. Off hand. Callens is the first to get there. He's got support from Noonan, but goes with his own foot, puts up the line and finds Murphy.
Yep, Lockie Murphy. Last goal, you'd have to say, snag of the day contender, Prenzler with the toe poke. Yeah.
It was a gift.
Oh, well, it's clever. He still had to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Koshel over the top. We haven't had many snags today, so it's a contender. Thanks to Lowe's Mako. Just near the canteen and barbecue area. 13.5 minutes gone. Hahndorf 46, Barkeroos 21 on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. Landers wins it down the ground level nicely to Salt. He in turn goes to Joel Parker Bors. Handball under pressure. Giles, he flicks it on. Tried to find some support. Eventually he does. Wheels around on the boot is Forbes.
Hanging on.
Hanging on. Not called there by the Price is Right. Inside 50. Koshel attacks the ball. And it's held up. don't forget, we got some great action now at Gumaraka today. Jaden was saying shortly it came on there. Close contest between Gumaraka and Kersbrook. And later tonight is Loberthal versus Onkaparinga Valley out at the Valley of Praise.
And the debut in Hills Football League of Charlie Dixon as the Loberthal Tigers take on the Onka Valley Dogs. Because we saw the Dogs in round one, very impressive. Didn't get the chocolates, but certainly both sides looking for improved seasons. The ball comes deep in the forward, going to ground there was Harvey. Ball trapped there.
If Mount Barker could just get some cleaner looks going forward from a stoppage, right, and they could actually let Koshel and Geordie get up a jump at the footy, I think they'd look very different.
So Landis gets the ball out, fumble there. Ruse lurking. With Jolsey, ball spilt there. Hopgood. Ball comes out here.
That's a leg job. It's almost a mark, isn't it?
Right up, said the umpire. Humphries had a pretty good view of that as Howell. Slid in, but just, obviously the ball hit the ground.
A leg job, Benny, as opposed to a...
Yeah, leg job, yeah. I just thought he had his leg almost snapped in half there.
So Landis goes unopposed, gets towards Kleeman. Following up there is Stokes, gets a handball back, gathered in mid-air by Fedge. He's dealt with as he got rid of it. Comes back into Murphy, has a
that's a
comeback, that's could be a
great
contender.
goal.
I tell you, Lockie Murphy, if you want something to inspire
There's a contender right there, gentlemen.
That is.
Great angle and a barry to barrel as well.
Snag of the day contender, thanks to Low Meat Co. Could that inspire them? J Hill, talk us through it. Take us through it. Thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
Yeah, it could. Well, they're winning the inside 50 count, like I said. Now 10-7 in favour of the home team here. 22 kicks to 18 as well. So yeah, got the margin back here, I believe, to 19 points. So still gettable for the Roos. Now some inspirational work from one of their the young guns.
Refuel Wellness injury report. Thanks to refuelwellness.com.au. Lockie Murphy coming off the ground with the blood rule. It's the first time I've used that one today.
Just kicked the last 2 goals for him.
He might need some recovery.
Comes off with a bit of claret. Patch him up as Sammy Callens comes back in.
Yeah, a bit of claret.
But where was it coming from, Benny?
His nose. His nose.
So
Blood nose.
So
Nose job.
6-10 to 4-2. Mounts hanging in there, you'd suggest.
As you can see,
need
look at
another
that.
goal.
There's quite a bit of claret coming from that schnoz.
Yeah. So, Ruckjewel, Giles gets it down to Pope. Pope tries to break free. He's gang tackled by a couple of pies. Comes to Hopgood in the meantime. Whistler's got dump tackle on pies.
Pay that.
And Scotty Bose and a dump tackle paid to Pope.
His first good one.
Back full time this year after a stick down at Unley with the double blues. So Pope, another great family name here at the Mount Barker Football Club. So George Pope.
I reckon they're on here if they get the next one.
Conditions getting a little bit darker here, but they'll be interested to see in the last term.
Kosciel's
up, got his hands to it in the front. Tiedemann couldn't
Houlihan's on here.
Ball spills free, trying to crash through as that man. Houlihan is caught by Benny Goldfinch.
All right, it's game on.
Anytime the ball comes in high, Bots going to absolutely smash at the back of the contest. He can't jump up.
All right, here we go. Umpire Pete Humphries. Can the Roos work their magic and bring it back to within a manageable distance here? Pete Humphries. All righty.
So too high was the call there from umpire Pete Humphries. So
back him
Williams.
Back him in with that one.
Williams just chips it up the line, finds Zed Parker Bowles, gives the run of
Watch out, here comes the ball.
Parker Bowles streams forward across half forward. Foot races on Sammy Hill versus Matchin. Hill tries to flick it back to him. He's well worn like a cheap suit by Matchin. Oh, great second effort by Matchin. The Macho Man showing his skill there.
That's
Another
gone.
third effort there. Perseverance. Give the man a kick. No, says the umpire. Comes back here. Tiedemann spins out.
There
Gives
we
it to
go.
Pope hands off to a teammate.
Yep, through the middle of the ground. That's what we want. Here we go. Now we got Billy Stokes. Koshel versus Fort. The young man. Good work. Great work, Cooper Fort. Handball's out. Koshel goes in again. That's a win for Hahndorf, I reckon.
That was a win for Hahndorf.
Yeah, great work on the front of the members' balcony there by Cooper Matchin. 3-4 times effort.
A little bit of a laconic approach to the footy there by Koshel.
Boundary throw in. Rucks will go at it. Zabian Parker balls for Hahndorf.
Push.
Doyle, is it? Ball comes out. Kleeman haven't got any ground level work here for the Roos as Kleeman handballs to Braden Hopgood and kicks it to himself. Billy Stokes, that's not 15, it's barely 2 metres and it's gone out of bounds. Just got a text in here from
Yep.
Good friend Stacey, she wants to know, is Onkers Lobby live tonight? Well, it's live if you're there, but it's not on the live stream.
The replay will be available on a Monday, I believe.
You can watch it back again on the SA Footballer.
SA Footballer, correct.
They'll be filming it.
Unfortunately, just the one stream game per round, and this is it. And why not Anzac Day, always a special day.
Jaden's got something for me shortly, so he's going to, as the car lights are on here.
Yep. So Giles.
Okay, here goes the big man.
Big man forces his way through, bouncing ball coming out. Clever little handball there through the agency of Hartman.
Oh, that was lucky.
Close to the boundary line, out of bounds. Kick was smothered. So once again, the academy boy will pitch the ball back in. And good crowd in the house. Not too many people have left, even though conditions are perhaps a little bit wet and chilly as it was early in the day.
Yep.
Repeating Mount Barker winning both the under-18s and B grade, so looking for a trifecta here.
Williams goes to Hooper. Hooper, the Braden Hopgood, the captain for Hahndorf. Almost a juggling mark there by Cooper Hoff. Jaden Noonan swings the ball out and
great
intercept. This could be a memorable moment coming up as Hooper just double coppers it inside 50. Hill, ground level ball. Can he work his magic? Swings the ball back inside. Oh, watch out, Noonan. Is he out cold?
Nah,
he's all right. He's slowly
getting
getting
a little
to his
bit
feet.
sore.
That was tough footy.
That was courageous.
Had the cage
Might get
rattle.
on the replay if we can. If not, that's fine.
Good spoil there by Ethan Field, close to the boundary line. It's also Harvey down for the Pies, just getting up a little bit.
Media
gentle.
Mike Pfeiffer on screen.
The balcony slowly coming to life over there.
People are getting into chips and gravy, as you would.
Institution of Hills
Umbrellas
football.
are out here at Benson Radiology as Georgie Pope goes backwards to go forward.
Speaking of the best chips and gravies, we'll get the scores from Gumaraka shortly.
We will, as Tomo's man Bennett gave it off a teammate, puts it up to young Noonan. So Jaden Noonan in between half back and back pocket area.
Just poke out the...
Puts it high towards close to the boundary line. Right for the coach Daniel Lackenby in mid-change area. Off hands over the boundary line. And going down heavily in that contest.
Oh.
Whereas Isaac Doyle.
Is that a calf?
And
or is
he's
that
getting up.
Refuel Wellness Injury Report. Is that cramp or is that a...
Yeah, we hope it's not the worst. It's,
a bit of cramp.
Coming back on this Marshall. Ho.
Yep. Giles, beautifully done to that man Callens in turn. Dawson. Kick forward by Dawson, AHLG specialist. Cooper Ford, the young man.
I can't say anything.
Just missing their opportunities
Missing
here.
their opportunities, man. It's just lower your eyes, pick him off.
As Ford kicks the ball on the left boot. Callan's in a good position.
Good mark.
Fabian Parker Paws, brilliant. And off he goes to Williams. This is what they do brilliantly, Hahndorf.
And pass receives are getting up, boys. It's changing the game.
Noonan mops up nicely. He's having a good game. Bit of free-flowing footy here, Pistols.
And he's recovered from the potential knockout, Benny. As the ball comes out,
head clash. That's a head clash.
Clashes through.
What?
Two men going for the ball.
Must have been in the game the whole time.
Might have been a head clash, but Parker Bowes.
He's attacked the footy there, Geordie.
He's gone
Joel
for the footy.
variety. So Joel Parker Bowes, as we see in the little window. Doyle down, getting treatment. So Parker Bowles goes towards the Ruberger side of the ground. Once getting set there, Noonan getting involved. Oh, good tackle.
They need to get it under 3 goals here, heading into three-quarter time.
Definitely. Good, great call,
Thanks.
Benny.
Thanks very much. Jaden J. Hill, print, wrap and pack. Stats, unpack them, please.
Yep, so 14 inside 50s, 9, 27 kicks, it's 24, all in favour of Mount Barker at the moment. Just need to get it on the scoreboard now.
Anything else capturing your attention?
Hand pass receives. You can see as soon as there's a hand pass receiver and run on, the game's very, very different. It's been very choppy otherwise.
Pope bustling his way through, got the ball towards the forward 50 arc.
Otzel's got to have 5 minutes of absolute glory in his
so Parker
kick
Balls
3.
once again.
Anything else, Jade?
I just see also the Dawson and Callens combination is also working well for the Barkaroos, and Coach Lackenby were hoping that will transpire throughout the season this year as well.
So up the line to Benny Salt.
Thanks very much, Jaden J. Hill.
Playing defence, Benny Salt, but a couple of years ago actually kicked 40 odd goals and also played the SA country side as a forward. So Benny Salt,
volleyballer.
Yep, cricketer, can do anything. Puts it down front.
Ruberger
Ruberger territory. Big man Landers off hand, well went by Hooper. Shuns a tackle, then shoots the handball back to Hopgood. Hopgood goes bang towards Kent under the ball. Take it is Dawson. So Dawson, the former Langham Creek boy, gives it to another former great Southern footballer at Strathalbyn. Matchin puts his Yentz.
Koshel, come on.
Koshel and Yentz, he's got 2 to beat. Happy to touch
Smart
the ball
play.
on the line.
Smart play.
All right. we're going to get this under 3 goals here for if you're a Roos supporter. They'll bring it right into 3/4 time and it's game on. So who's going to work their magic here? It's Callens versus Jesse Landers in ruck. Good competitive effort there by Callens, but Williams gets it to Hopgood. Dylan unloads a top. 2 Hahndorf players
friendly
collide.
fire and field, as in Jacko coming out worse for wear for the Roos, but like a bowling alley there. Pins going down everywhere. But,
they had their eyes on
Giles,
them.
he was stuck behind play, couldn't get into the ruck contest up the forward line. He was moping around at centre half back. Here he goes now.
Fortunately, everyone up on their feet. Comes down to Stokes. Was he taken
Didn't have
high?
it.
Dispossessed. Taken by Hop. Good quick kick forward by the skipper.
Didn't
Bouncing ball, leading the race, and great stretch attempt to try and mark. That was Parker Boz. Cripper off, sorry, couldn't get it. Same haircut. My apologies. Comes back in to Murphy.
Didn't have it.
Murphy back on after blood rule. Gets it back to Hopgood. Dylan, quick kick.
Loves that quick kick.
Gets back to Hooper, eyes for the ball, and takes a very courageous mark. Thought about playing on. Now he does. He's got a loose man coming forward, which is Clamp honours the lead, and Riley Clamp will line up for his 3rd goal of the second half.
Rain's starting to come down a bit heavier, guys. Love a forward that leads directly at the ball carrier. If you're a defender, you're not liking that whatsoever. It makes it really hard to spoil. And Riley Clamp leads some beautiful angles as well. Loved watching him in the finals last year.
So Clamp kicked 2 goals in under 3 minutes to open this term. Perhaps could have the chance to close it with the closing goals. We've played 25 minutes, ticked over. And so as you hear the rain coming down. So it just might make it a little bit more different for the Barker Roos in this last quarter, Benny.
He's kicked it.
Bang.
Gives a double compra salute. J Hill unpacked the stats. Unpacked the stats thanks to Rapid's back.
Thanks, Goldie. So, yes, 3 goals now to Clamp. It's actually 13 times last season he kicked 3 goals or more, the leading goal kicker. So, just as the rain starts to fall here, 31 kicks to 30 in favour of Mount Barker at the moment. So, we'll be wanting to get this centre clearance now. 3-2 in favour of Hahndorf is that centre clearance stat.
You can see the rain coming down. Now, tell you what, Jaden, what we're looking forward to is your post-match interview.
Yeah, well, you've got to get out there. Refuel Wellness, of course, with the beautiful magnesium recovery spray.
Yep.
Just doing the hard yards as usual.
Also the Print Rapid Pack, Call of the Wild Lager.
Yep.
So Dawson working it.
The beanie, look out.
Dawson under pressure, this way, that way. Handballs it to advantage. Coming to meet as Gribble. Well done. Rides the bump and carries the ball over the boundary line. So just making it a little bit more difficult here. Hahndorf with their 4th goal of the term. Mount Barker have kicked 2-1.
Yep, so boundary throw in. Hopefully all our tech gear is okay down there, Tommy, as we're out in the marquee area here. In the elements, Braden Hopgood tries to... Is that all right, Lockie Murphy? Is he? He's a bit dazed here.
Might have got a boot to the face. Intentional as the siren goes.
We'll just keep the camera on number 2 if we can.
And the Wars had the blood rule in there and might have copped a stray boot there. Not intentional, and attacked him.
He's already copped a one in the schnoz. He's worse for wear.
There's still a bit of feeling in this. It's quite a close game, but either side can win this one.
So, sorry, Benny, 7-10 to 4-4. That's the score at the moment.
All right.
4-3.
On the Hardcourt Adelaide Hills Mount Barker Ford scoreboard, 52-27 as the under-17 girls come out for their warm-up. We might cross back to Tommy here for some sponsorship announcements, and then we'll be back to with Tomo and
There's a ripper
Jayden.
coming here. There's a ripper. I can see this one.
All right, here we go.
Get around it.
Hey, Pistols, Benny, the old gold member, and J-Bangers, check out this, just watching our handiwork. What sort of a caravan has that on its side? I can tell you what sort of caravan. An Explorer Caravan Sales Titanium Caravan. These things are 200k and they're a home away from a home. So come, if you want to order yourself one of these bad boys, come down and see Daniel, Dave and the team at Explorer Caravan Sales Adelaide. Cheers.
Mount Barker Ford is located just in Totnes here on Mount Barker Road. We're owned by a gentleman by the name of Peter Thomas, who his veins are rich with football and rich with community, and he's always been based around the idea that everything you do in business should be based around how you can support the community. At the end of the day, I don't expect people to always come and see us, but ultimately we're a business who thrive in supporting the community, and from our perspective we look forward to the community supporting us, and it doesn't matter whether it be the Call of the Wild, the HFL. We're involved in a lot of other community events throughout the hills, and that's why I like being involved with sport, because I think that brings everyone together at different times and different requirements.
However, what we need to do now, we've got to score to win, yeah? You want to win this game of footy? Yeah. Testing everybody, we're going to win it in close, and we're going to take some territory. Forwards are looking nice and high, okay? Now, while we're talking about all things great, you set the depth, and then we get it out the back if we have to. Put them under pressure. Special shout out to everyone that got involved with one of our players.
Welcome back to HFL Media's Call of the Wild coverage of Anzac Day 2025 Hills Football League Division 1 contest between Hahndorf and Mount Barker here at Benson Radiology over in Mount Barker, and at three-quarter time it's the Hahndorf Magpies leading 7-10-52, Mount Barker 4-3-27, so 25-point margin to the Magpies. They led by 11 points at quarter time, 14 points at half time instead of extended to 25 points as we turn for home in the annual quest for the Tommy Van Leeuwen Shield, and also don't forget the Anzac Day medal will be awarded to the player who displays the Anzac spirit, as we can see Coach Matt Golding and assistant Scott Madsen, and of course the Matt Barker. If they're good enough, Matt Golding obviously urging his troops on. The job is not done because we know that they'll come back as Mount Barker do. So 1 point margin in last year's game, so the Barkeroos have all the work to do, but this was a 25-point margin. Benny, goal kickers at the moment. Benny for Hahndorf, Clamp after, goalless first half, he kicked 3 in that quarter, so he has 3. Prenza has 3, and the other goal to Xavier and Parker Bolson for the Mount Barker Football Club. Lockie Murphy with 2 goals in that quarter. Also Cashel and Giles have found the big sticks for the Roos.
Robbie Wild's message in, he says, was over the shoulder, watch the umpire's decision, boys. So Robbie Wild obviously could see what was going on, so great work there by the Wild man.
Well, that's right,
he knows what's going on. Michael Hogan, watching from Wellington, New Zealand, up early for the dawn service to honour the fallen. Let's go Pies. Talking about honour the, not the fallen, but the honouring the great stats. I'm not sure where I'm going with this, so I'll just go straight to Jaden J. Hill.
Well, you comment and you get on, Benny. That's the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's been some close games. 2 points, 6 points, and also 2 points as well. So some close games, 3 close games there in the 12 Anzac Day clashes. So it could be another close one. We'll see how we go.
And of course, this quarter brought to you by Mount Barker Ford. On the Harcourt's Adelaide Hills scoreboard, it's Hahndorf 52, Barkeroos 27. Thanks very much to our sponsors as well: Print Wrap and Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, Lancaster's Property Services, The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Little Hampton Landscape and Firewood, Refuel Wellness and Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, and of course, new sponsor coming across is Explorer Caravans.
All right, we're underway in the final term here. It's a 25-point margin in favour of the Hahndorf Magpies. Scrambly from the opening ruck drill, so umpire Scott Bow repeats it. So Giles, Landers wins it down for the Pies. Gathered there. Boset's trying to force his way through. Here's a chance. Billy Stokes has been good all afternoon. Puts the ball forward. Bouncing ball there. Eluded Parker Bowers.
So Lackers spoke about at three-quarter time, boys, he spoke about at the stoppages, get your hands on the footy and start kicking it forward. None of this slow stuff. Get it moving. Build some momentum.
So Williams moves the ball forward, coming to meet it nicely. Field quickly sends it back to once again. Charging out there. Clash of bodies. Ball hits the deck. Oh, good follow-up there by Grivell. Also got support there close to the boundary line from a teammate in Benny Salt. Happily sees it over the line, the balcony, and good gathering up there at Mount Barker Life Members Day today, and also a few...
the Hahndorf sponsors, Harcourt's Adelaide Hills, Hogan Insurance Solutions, Hagen Menzel's Contractors, and Rossdale Homes.
And also a good collection of Anzac Day veterans, and we trust they're enjoying the game. We thank them for their service to the country. Yep. Meanwhile, back ground level,
Yep, Benson Radiology, Mount Barker 4x4, and Mount Barker Carpet Court Barker Hotel as well. It's the half forward line here for the Roos. They need the first one and then another one. Samuel Callens kicks the ball forward. Koshel. Okay, here we go.
We're getting a little bit of precipitation here in the Dream
Get it
Maker,
forward.
Benny.
Get it forward on the boot.
Of course, once again, thanks to Matt the roadie from Mortgage Choice for dropping this off.
How's it out there, Tommy? All right? Okay? Beautiful.
Good hindsight, Tommy, to put this tent up, I tell you.
Matty Golding at three-quarter time was all about controlling the stoppages, whereas opposed Mount Barker wanted to bash it forward. Goals is all about controlling the stoppages, controlling the middle of the ground and slowing them down.
So Cashel must kick this for the Roos. I tell you what, his teammates like it. So there's umpire in the goal is Big M, I think it is. So
get around him, Jaden.
Cashel kicked the first goal in the first quarter for the Roos. Now he's kicked the first to the last.
Okay, unpack the stats thanks to the print wrap and pack. Jane J. Hill, what's going on?
So the last time that Mount Barker won an Anzac Day game, afternoon game, was 2014, and there is one player that's on the field, only one player that's on the field that played that day.
For both teams?
No, for one team. Who do you reckon that is?
Jolsey?
Nah, Sam Williams.
I was going to say that. Well, allow me some time to answer your question.
Oh, sorry, there we
go. Big time, Jaden.
Oh, sorry. Well, there you go. Anyway, Sam Williams. So.
Well, that's a stat
Well,
that
he
matters.
doesn't run the 1% club.
Where does he get these things from? This is unbelievable where he comes up with all this stuff.
Well, I tell you what, he's got an incredible
And
briefcase.
there's the man on cue, Sam Williams, hacks it forward, bouncing ball. First to get there will be Kleinig. He's trapped but manages to get the ball somehow forward. Sweeping handball by Matchin. Comes out here to Dawson. Dawson gives it back to the run of Jacko Field.
Yep, okay, here we go. Now we're going forward for the Roos. Good signs here. Blackers would be happier. Slight breeze going their way. The Australian flag is slowly moving that way. All right, we'll get arm man Hutto with the second camera on the Australian flag. Directions coming from upstairs from Tomia, which means that'll happen shortly. When Tomia says he wants things done, it happens. Look at that, bottom left-hand corner, there's the Aussie flag, flapping slightly towards the Roos end of the ground. Tell you what, they get the next one, then we're back within 3 goals. Hahndorf could almost seal it with one. Kick forward, here's Clamp, can he take the mark? Yes, he can.
Very good mark.
Diving chest mark.
Yeah, read it perfectly in the air.
Just had to drop on Jacko Field there, didn't he? And just his body work, his experience, because he was a Crows top-up player, zone player. Of course, Straffalben.
Tomo, Robbie Wild's messaged in just regarding some umpiring decisions, just for some clarification. So, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that's all very good. Very good umpiring. I think it's quite consistent. It's just the ones we see it. It's the universal law of perception. We can see things from one side of a contest, but the umpire can see something but we're watching the same contest.
Yeah.
But it can be completely different.
Yeah, it's right, Tyler.
So we're just grateful to have 3 great umpires out there today.
So Clamp with...
There you go, Waldy.
After the 3 votes, Tomo. After Clamp now with 3 goals, there's a chance to kick his 4th for the second half. Straight in front.
Bang.
Wellington Road in. No.
Double cobras, Benny.
Jay, you happy for me to go to you?
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
unpack some stats thanks to the print wrap and pack. Jane J.
Just
Hill.
the final score from the Country Division Anzac Day clash between Gumaraka and Kersbrook.
How much was it? And then tell us. Don't go too early. What was the margin?
It was,
that's what she said,
2 points.
Yep. And
2
then,
points.
yeah.
And the winner was Gumaraka.
Wow.
13-7-85 defeated Kersbrook 12-11-83.
Wow. Well done.
So there
Captain
you go.
Jack Parker leading the Magpies for 2025. Early win for them.
First win of Sol Catherine, isn't that right, Gwenny? There you go.
The beers would taste nice after that, wouldn't it?
Tomo's into a 6th Anzac Day cookie.
He's still going.
There's nothing like a Kersbrook Gumaraka game, just like a Mount Barker Hahndorf game. And Hahndorf, just the upper hand here now. Mount Barker need to reply here. 5.5 minutes into the final term.
25 points the margin.
25 points the margin. It's 3/4 time. They got it back with the opening goal to Cashel, but countered by that man Clamp, who now has 4. So Giles, Landers, the wrestles, they hit the cricket pitch area. Comes to Callens, cleverly gets him through. Stokes, the old 1-2, gives it back to Callens on the lead. Here's Geordie Houlihan, dispossessed as he is pushed forward. Fights at ground level against 2 pies. Comes out here to Parker Boz, gets on the Kleeman like this game this afternoon. Hacks it towards half forward.
Yes. Oh, courageous mark. Yep. Taken there by Fidge. If you're watching, let us know where you're coming in from on the Call of the Wild Facebook page and Hills Football League Facebook page, along with the YouTube feed. Greg Hopgood's watching on YouTube. He's as I said, in Veterans Camp in Alawoona, South Australia. So, Greg, as the ball goes out of bounds just near the balcony. good position to be in with the weather setting in here. Overcast conditions. Of course, this evening is Lobethal versus Onkers.
I was just seeing
Just rushed that kick for no real reason then.
I just think Benny might be a little bit damp at the Valley of Praise for the big chuck wagon, Charlie Dixon's debut performance for the Tigers. Meanwhile, back here at Mount Barker, Billy Stokes gets to Callens yet again. Cleverly improvised by Crivel as he socketed it back, but Tide turns, socketed forward now by Pope. Loose ball, Houlihan tries to trap it, comes out the back door, taken there by Hooper. Here's Matty Yentz, what can he do? Worn like a glove by Houlihan, dispossessed, ball scrambling over the top. Also was Howe, Yentz there, so 0-0 draw.
Yep, 7 minutes gone, final quarter, 25 points the margin. There's Coach Lackenby still out there in the...
braving the elements.
In the rain jacket, coach of Mount Barker. Ground level ball, Roos need the next one. It's going to be hard now with the rain intensifying. 45 minutes. 45 metres out from the goal.
I hope it's not his dapper suede coat, Benny, as Seinfeld style would be worn.
He's at least he's out there.
He is.
So is Matty Goldwing. Still got the hat on. Both of them got the hat on. Meantime, back in the action. Field wrapped up, and that's almost holding the ball.
Getting wetter and wetter out of you boys.
So Braden Hopgood, captain courageous for Hahndorf, premiership captain last year. With the ball, I saw Matty Cooper out there. Oh, there's a look at the artistic work here.
Great work. Just to show what we're talking about with the precipitation out near the Ruberger flanking the coffee van. Doing good business this afternoon. Comes back here. Here's Dawson this way, that way. Swings onto the right. Nurses up the wing area. Loose ball. Skids through now with the wet turf. Try to tap to advantage, but out over the boundary line. As you can see, the balcony well patronised. Umbrellas now to the fort.
Balcony, boys. It's an institution.
Talking of an institution, Jaden J. Hill is going to take us through it after this match in the wet conditions. Isn't that going to be fun?
Can't wait. That's right.
He loves it.
Despite the bullet.
No matter the weather.
Here's Billy Stokes, snap around the corner. A bit of a dribbly ball. Tomo?
No, just enjoying your commentary, Benny. There's the play's got to clean up. They've got to just start blasting forward, Mount Barker. All momentum. How much they got to catch up?
25.
25 points. 4.5 goals.
9 minutes in. So
Yeah, they're pushing. They're starting to push it uphill. I'm afraid, boys.
Up the paddle, as we know at that well-known creek. So throw in. Landers got it down, stoled away there by Callens. Taken there by both sides, so a clever little handball back to Hill. Hill goes intercepted here by Noonan. He goes to ground under pressure. Parker bowls over the top there.
It's going to be one hand pass max. Get it on the boot, bash it forward.
There we go.
Oh, there's Cutto's work again. Look at that.
Great work.
This is
we should have the Call of the Wild ale, though. As the ball comes out, don't forget someone will be picking that as the most effective player, and also I'd suggest winning the Anzac medal.
Well, I tell you what, why not swim the camera around now and show Lockie May where he's sitting in his car?
No, I wouldn't be doing that. Just let the boys enjoy themselves.
Oh, he's just right, no, he's just chilling.
Yeah. Just.
So, meanwhile, back at the football. Handball comes back here. Noonan, high kick on the right, puts it forward. Need a mark here. Good defensive work by Troy Parker. Ball's hit to deck. Grivell. Ball pushed out wide. Taken here by Dawson. Doesn't rain much down at Lingwood Creek, I'd suggest, where he's played the last 2 years. Ball comes out close to the line. Here's Murphy. Bundled over the line, the big tackle. So we'll have another throw-in.
Yeah,
so Mount Barker, when you look at the play behind, you've got a boundary throw-in. You look to see how they're setting up behind the play. All that's happened is Hahndorf have pushed up, right? And Mount Barker have pushed up with Hahndorf players, and there is nothing to kick to.
All right, we've got the seagulls. There's a flock of seagulls just flying over the rec centres. Meantime, the ball in the forward 50 here for for the Roos. Lights are on.
To back up what Matty Thomas is just talking about, with the
There we go.
ball to the left of screen, from the centre onwards, everyone's in that one half.
Houlihan.
There's a
Hahndorf have got literally nothing to kick to.
If there's a clearing kick, Matty, the race will be on.
Yeah.
Look at the seagulls
Slingshot.
pistols.
You'd want to have former Nan Seagrader John Evans in the side, so he'd win the dash for the...
How good was that?
Mr. Stall gift man, well done to him.
Meantime, Geordie Houlihan, as we cut back from the seagulls to Geordie Houlihan, and he's got a chance here to give him a sniff at the least. Sharpshooter delivers.
Got to kick that one.
Co-captain's goal.
Yeah, that's that Stall gift runner. He's a Blackwood High School, the mighty Blackwood High School teacher as well.
Is he indeed?
Yeah, they got good teachers at that school, I think.
Mount Barker United soccer player.
Yeah.
Hahndorf soccer player.
Spoke to him Monday night. He was absolutely ecstatic.
You're a graduate of Blackwood High.
Are you Blackwood High School
Matty
student,
Thomas?
Matty Thomas?
Yeah, went to Blackwood High School.
Ducks of their course.
He is.
Did you go to Blackwood High School?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why you seem so surprised, mate?
What sort of student are you? I think I know, but...
A1.
Enjoyed by teachers, but didn't get my work done.
Well, you're a prime student, Tomo. We'll come back to that as Giles gets it down. Here's a chance as they push the ball forward. Bouncing ball, pumping the legs out, coming out strongly. Parker Bowles overruns it. Here's a chance for the Rouge. Will it sit? No, dispossessed. Greasy football now.
Yep, ball comes out. Callens will take a mark. They get another one here, then anything could happen.
Cake of soap, boys.
Callens goes out to Georgie Pope, I think it was, swings the ball forward. Good spoil there. I think it was Cooper Fort, against Cochelle. And he goes and slides over the boundary line. The umpire says I'll have it as Daniel Lackenby is up and about here at ground level. Just see if we can get the coach.
Sorry, boys. I'd suggest it's a greasy ball when a player the calibre of Sammy Callens spills balls.
Boundary throw in. Cake of soap is about to be thrown back into here within a dangerous position of the Rouge midfield. We'll just get the coach Lackenby at ground level soon. Tommy, he's really sniffing around here. He's scratching his backside. As
the joys of live streaming.
There we go. Where's the ball?
It's like a rugby pack pushing forward here.
Ball's going to pop out.
Cochelle over the top there, underneath Parker Bowles. By the looks of it. Push and shove.
Dawson and Lackenby having a bit of a chat here at ground level.
Parker Bowles coming in. They don't like the treatment of the
Stokesy,
sibling.
they're just trying to work out how they're going to what they'll be doing to impact the contest.
Here we go, George.
Need something special here. Hooper. Ooh, interesting.
It's in tight footy, isn't it? So there's not a play for the listeners out there. If you're in the Mount Barker forward line now, there's not a player.
There's a chat, but
other one
back from their centre half forward. So the whole midfield and everything's all empty. Hutto.
It's like watching
next to the runner.
It's like watching an NRL game at the moment, and the fifth tackle's coming up as they make for the try line. So see how it goes. Landers wins it down. Really stolen there. Take it through. Finally, Yench off the goal line. Vetchy bangs it forward. Coming across there. Getting his hand to it. I think.
Plenty of time.
Hahndorf.
Only halfway through the quarter. 19 points to margin.
The Roos. There's coach Lackenby, as we see.
He's up and about. He wants to get out there. So we've got a boundary throw in. Half forward line for the Rouge. Gilesy brings it to ground level. Here's Jackson Hooper. He's been right in it. Kick up the wing. One-on-one contest. Riley Clamp fists the ball out of bounds. It's almost deliberate.
Just made sure you get a couple of little metres of territory towards your goal.
Hahndorf runners at Grantham.
That wind is picked up here.
Has indeed. Could be like the America's Cup course here a bit later on. That's the Academy boy right in front of us. What a great view as he pitches it high. Giles in front. Landers got rid of him. Got the tap down. Comes out to Hooper. Wow. Hooper shrugs the tackle. Gets a handball away to Hop. Good to Skipper. Arches the back and goes boom inside 50.
Yep. Backing back though. Oh, misreading the ball. Snap round the corner. I think it was Clamp, was it? Kleeman at ground level. Can he mop up? Good tackle there by Bennett. Kleeman with the second effort.
Could
goal.
That be the Lows? I tell you what.
That's a contender, Jade.
It's a serious contender.
That's a contender for Snagger today, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co. J&J Hill unpacked the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
Yeah, he worked hard there. He went up to the contest quite nicely and pressured it and then got the reward there. So great work. 18 kicks to 14 in favour of Mount Barker though. And the inside 50s is 8-4 in favour of Mount Barker. They had a lot of the ball in their territory, but unfortunately couldn't make the most of it, and Hahndorf have capitalised on their chances. So there you go.
Super frustrating on field, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Barker right now.
So
correct.
Kleeman's first goal of the season could be the one that encourages all his mates to come round for tea. If he wins the goal, Snagger today. Ball comes down. Here's Callens. They're not done yet, the Roos. They'll fight this out. Don't worry about it. Up forward. Bouncing ball.
Stats that matter. 7th cookie for Tomo. Is that right?
No, he's taking the piss. They're tiny little things anyway. It's like, I don't know, Smurf cookies or something.
So Giles with the mark. Goes bang
were.
with the left. Last year's Anzac medal winner. Up towards the goal face. Off hands.
Bang.
Here's a chance.
Oh,
Trying to sell
first
some
kick.
candy there.
Yep, Scholl goes out the Braden Hopgood, kicks the ball out of the fence. Huxtable will fly from the side, taken by almost there by Xavier Parker-Bors. Ground level ball, good tackle. Umpire Bow comes in.
So
they were good though, compliments to the chef.
So 16 minutes gone here, Matty Thomas. You suggest Rouge desperately need a goal if they're going to have any
They've got to
chance.
keep taking territory as much as they can and try to get get a goal as quick as they can, obviously.
Jacko Hooper locked his game.
Yeah, he's
Handball
been very
over the
good,
top.
very
Xavier
polished.
Parker Ball. It's a hot footy. Kleeman, last goal kicker, kicks it towards the half-forward line. Benno, great work there by Huxtable. Got a fist in. Ground level, Sam Hill. Busy Beaver sort of work there. Jaden, that's a throw.
No, he can't do that, kiddo.
Yeah,
he
threw
can't do
that.
that, kiddo. But
That was
luck.
a throw.
Bad luck.
As Noah Prenzer will have the kick inside 50 and they're darting around inside 50 here.
Lead here, Huxtable on the lead. Oh, chop out there by the Rouge defence. Sees the ball spilled. Chance for Howe. Goes to ground. Pulls the ball in under him. Stacks on the mill. Comes out the back door. Rouge get out of trouble on this occasion. So you don't see a fudge.
Great
Puts
work.
it out wide. Here's Dawson lurking. Will it sit for him? Close to the line. Cricket net pocket. Gives it back to Lockie Murphy. Clearing kick.
Yep, out towards the... What sort of service have we got out there? A coffee van.
Coffee. The coffee van.
It's lit up.
Good day for a hot chocolate.
Yeah, hot chocolate, coffee.
It's lit up like Happy Days out there. Nice pink.
Arnold's.
Yeah, Arnold's. That's the one I was looking for. Pink sign. Boundary throw in. Lights are on here. We've only had one goal in this quarter, I
The
think.
ancient conditions for the women's game.
Under 17.
Under 17, sorry, coming up.
Don't go anywhere. That's coming up. And Jaden will go to you again shortly for some stats that matter, thanks to Print, Wrap and Pack. Of course, this quarter brought to you by Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. And on the Mount Barker Ford scoreboard, it's Hahndorf 58, Barkeroos 39 as Noonan collects the ball and goes to Billy Stokes.
So Stokes goes along towards centre forward. 1-on-1 battle here. Cashel at the back. Takes the mark. He's run down by Parker Bowles. He got boot the ball. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Good goal.
Sorry for a
Very
major.
good goal.
Cashel with his third.
Well, they've got to go back to back inside a few
They do.
minutes.
Yep.
That gets it back to within...
13 points, is it?
Can you just check the scoreboard thanks to Mount Barker Ford and Harcourt's Adelaide Hills? What's this
Explorer
scoreboard?
Caravan Sales.
Explorer Caravan Sales, of course, yeah.
Spinning Wheel of Death.
Pending Tomo.
Score's not up yet, boys. They're doing their ads as well. Mount Barker 7-3, 45.
Yep.
Hahndorf 9-10, 64.
64 for Hahndorf. Just add another goal to them, so that brings it back to 19 points. The margin is this is a big contest here.
Yeah.
It's probably about, I don't know,
Next 2 minutes, boys.
5-6 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, next 2 minutes is really important.
Cricket pitch area, and of course the oval to home of the Boroughs. The mighty Mount Barker Kookaburras in the summer, so umpire Scott Boyd puts it up. Goals needed.
19 minutes gone.
Kick forward by Pope, bouncing ball. Eludes Harvey there. Gathered there by Houlihan. Tries to get it desperately out to the advantage of the teammate.
Dubbed him. There you go. Oh, and another
that's
one.
25.
50. 25?
Joel Parker Bores. No. Bit of
Tidman's
composure
trying
there
to-
by umpire Bo.
Tidman's on the ground. So
Oh, it
Geordie
is.
Houlihan.
It is 25.
It is. Maybe because Tidman's thrown to the ground there. So Geordie Houlihan, Chet's kicking second goal to term.
Well, closest to the pin right now is Rob Wild, 19 points, and BOG Jackson Hooper.
Okay.
And what do they win, Benny?
The Call of the Wild HFL beanie, as Jaden gets a bit wet out there.
Who'll be the most worthy recipient of the beanie out of those two you nominated? Anyway, wait for Houlihan to...
Got to kick this. He's
and
missed.
he's pulled it.
No
One of
way.
probably the most reliable kick in the team. And
Coach Lackenby, just a little bit of a grimace.
Yeah, it's going to make it hard.
Tomo's playing around with something out here.
Wasn't sure where he went.
So 3-1 to Barker, 2-goal this turn to Hahndorf. So they're winning the turn, but they need more goals. As Matty Jench, just wasting all the time he wants in the world. Milk the clock down, so the silky one puts it out wide. Target here is Big Landers, moves in front, got his hands to it. Ball deflects out here, clever work there. As they drive the ball forward. Loose ball in the centre ground, Salt come to meet it. Oh, beaten for pace by Fidge.
That's all you got to do.
Off the ground, hacks
Yep.
it forward. Williams back there bolstering defence, toe pokes it forward.
That's well done.
Yep.
Ball comes back here to Dylan Hopgood, gets it to a teammate who goes out wide towards Hooper,
Yep.
close to the boundary line.
He gathers it and kicks it into the... Well, the breeze has picked up. It's definitely going Mount Barker's way. Oh, Xavier Parker Bores, great mark as the wind picks up here. So Xavier Parker Bores, Jaden Noonan, bit of cramp.
So this will be a difficult kick, Benny, towards the Wellington Road.
Oh, we've lost the sign. That's a shame.
Again.
That's all right, just leave it there.
Wellington Road in, as I said, the wind has picked up, so Parker Bowles kicked the goal in the first term, so a chance for to be a multiple goal kicker.
Yep, well, the rain's died off, the wind's picked up. It's definitely going Mount Barker's way, so he'll be kicking right into it here. So Xavier Parker-Bowles gives it everything he got, and it's gone through.
That's a clever kick. He kept it low, Benny, as you called, and cleared the line, so you'd suggest that's just about, she's all over.
Jaden J. Hill unpacked the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
I was just going to say, that goal should be owed to Noah Prenzler. That was very good reading of the ball there. Yeah, good dribbler there, and then kicked with precision to Parker Bowles. So that goal really should be owed to Prenzler, I think. Well done, Parker Bowles.
Hahndorf have had the answers all day.
Yeah, they sure have. They've just been too strong in defence, and their forwards, most of the time their forwards have executed well. So there you go.
Just shows the importance. Geordie nails that goal, they're in it, but ball up the other end, and that's the seal line. So just
back in the middle. Roos still favoured by the wind or the breeze. Stokes tried to shovel it out, goes in and gets it himself. Snap round the corner towards the half forward line. Geordie Houlihan didn't quite take the mark because it was touched, and then it was smothered. And then Braden Hobgood bursting around the contest there, and he's wrapped up by a couple of Mount Barker players. 23 minutes gone.
So they feel the sting gone out of it now as the Magpies will extend their monopoly of the Anzac Day Clash at the moment. Run down there was Kleinig.
Kate Harvey, nice work.
Still ruthless defence here by the Magpies. People with a tackle there, close to the boundary line. So,
it's on here on the sidelines.
Bit of push and shove late in the game. Dylan Hopgood in there. Nothing too serious, so the ball in will come. So Giles, Landers have done all afternoon. Ball comes down here. Hahndorf once again. Defensive, it comes to Xavier Parker-Bowles. He goes to ground. Chance for Noonan. Lurking looks sit for him. Gets a handball towards the teammate. Dispossessed there, going to ground level, and Hahndorf just defends. At this time it was Clamp helping out the defence.
Yep.
Williams over the ball.
Yep. Kate Harvey, I think, was involved there. Jane and Noonan as well. He's wrapped up by a couple of Hahndorf players. Maybe we'll bring the play. Oh, it's what? Free kick. Jane, maybe we'll bring the players over to you. under the marquee here.
Or behind.
Yeah. Or under shelter, whatever. Sam Williams.
I probably appreciate the...
I reckon bring him over here, Jade.
True twilight game, this one, boys.
Sammy Williams. Oh, hello. Riley Clamp went over his head, and he's... Watch out. He was coming at the player there at full steam. He's still going, Clamp. Look at the work of the big fella. Good stuff. Daniel Bennett's over the top of him.
Benno loves a little niggle.
Oh, it's on.
Well, here we go. Right in front of us.
A little bit of feeling between Benno and Riley Clamp.
Boys, 24 minutes late in the game.
Both won't take a back step. Love it.
So the Academy boy comes in. Don't forget we have the Anzac Day presentations after, and of course then our man Jaden J will take us through.
And don't forget, head along to Lobethal tonight.
Yes, let's get out there.
As
could be a good game under lights out there.
Pies go forward. Xavier Parker-Bowles. He's had the biggest pre-season ever, apparently.
He's fit and strong, isn't he?
He can play ruck. He can play wing. He can play forward. And there's Cooper. That's all. That's a snag of the day contender. Lowe's Miko.
That's in the top two, I reckon.
Wow, coming out of lining up for the feed.
He'll be loving his time at the Magpies, I'm sure, Tomo, 2 rounds in.
Well, I would have thought so. He came from spending some time at Bridgend. It wasn't fantastic, I don't think, but I don't know how he went up in York Peninsula comp. So come up here, pretty polished unit, come off a flag. You'd be thinking you got half a chance for one, so it's got to do the work.
Well, players have gone out of this side this year. Pistols got Sam Hayden, a few others, but you get a player like that into the lineup.
The boys,
Jacko never stands still. He's always shuffling around doing stuff. He's all telling people where to go and all this sort of stuff.
Busy football, I think, Tom.
They try and iron him out there.
He's got one
I think he just ran into Giles.
I think he did accidentally as
hitting the
Mark
tank.
taken here for the ruse. Ball goes forward towards the goal front. So one last goal in it for the ruse. Ball spills out free.
Oh, watch out. I thought he was
along the balcony area.
Kleeman, he'd be in contender for
I tell you, he's
snag
had
of
a
the
very
day.
good game. Parker-Bowles always gives 100%.
The brains trash for Hahndorf over there.
Yeah, just saying, yes. So
I still like Murph's goal.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was a ripper.
Yeah,
it's up to Jaden, isn't it?
Jaden, he's the man.
He's got some tough decisions to make.
Well, that's what he gets the big bucks for, and that's why he's held in high regard.
Across the state, across Australia.
Oh, did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, Clare.
Yeah, up at the Clare races. I've been to Clare races a few times, got friends up there, family up there. Absolutely fantastic place.
He heard this.
Big J-bangers. I've heard this from another source.
Hang on, we'll go to it just at the next break. Someone's recognised him.
I had to take notes. It was that good.
Wait a sec. We'll get to Tomo shortly.
So Parker Boz.
Yeah, go Tomo.
So he's apparently he's walking through the dance floor
at the Clare races.
At the Clare races,
Jaden.
Right, and you can be McLeod's daughters and don't get recognised there, but J-Bangers gets recognised, doesn't he?
Yep.
Wait, are you JJ off of
This is legit.
off the Call of the Wild? He's like
on the dance floor.
You know, does all this sort of stuff.
It's unbelievable.
It was a bloke. They weren't chatting him up. He wasn't chatting him up or nothing, but.
Don't go anywhere. Jaden's going to take us through it. He's recognised in Clare, and he'll be recognised shortly on Mount Barker Oval. Benson Radiology Oval here, and in the end, it's Hahndorf Pistols on the hard courts, Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard, getting the win comfortably and in by 30 points.
12-10 to 7-4. Hopefully that's matches for the scoreboard. We can't see at the moment.
All right, well, I think I've got to get out there for photos, take some photos, I believe. Of course, Refuel Wellness supplying incredible recovery magnesium spray, elite production. They've spent years working out the finest magnesium for recovery. So we're going to go out there, refuelwellness.com.au, and of course, Print, Wrap and Pack, the great 6-pack of designer labelled beer, Tomo, for this round will be given, plus with a Dartfish beanie printed at, not Dartfish, Call of the Wild Hills Football League beanie printed at Work Locker, Adelaide Hills. So back myself up there as I head out now with Jaden. This will be an absolute privilege. Who's he going to pick?
You going to go out there, Benny?
Tomo, you want to come in here with the headphones?
Yeah, I'll come in with the headphones and rattle some off with the big ginge.
So there we have it. Hahndorf, 30-point margin, because they led by 11 points at quarter time. 14 points half time, then a very good third quarter. 25 points, turn for home. And finally getting over the line, 12-10 to 7-4. So 30-point margin in what's been an entertaining game. And a good crowd in the house. So we thank you for taking in our worldwide stream. I trust you've enjoyed the Anzac Day scores of signalled, correct? So, as former Urada and Blackwood player, Chris Samal medalist, and Sturt Nord player Matty Thomas joins us again. Matty, just I think we talked about it during the game, big fella, just the efficiency of Hahndorf, force the pressure, a few turnovers, and when they get the football, and when there's turnovers, as you know, good sides make you pay for it.
They swung momentum early in the first quarter. They really sort of swung it, got it going. They were clean. Mount Barker just seemed to be faffing around with it a bit, trying to get through from their half back line through the midfield into their forward line. And then the times that they did get into their forward line, they didn't necessarily put it in the right spot for their forwards to have the best chance to get a mark or even get a score on the board. So if I was Lackers, there's some positives there. I mean, they didn't give in. There's all that fluffy, all that little fluffy stuff. But at the same time, they just didn't manage to get the ball where they needed to kick goals. And it was way too many areas. If there was aerial contests, it was quite often Botzer versus two Hahndorf players, and where you'd back him one-on-one. So for me, it's just all about the forward entries. They didn't roll on. There was no roll on. Not a lot of hand pass receives. But as soon as they did hand pass receives, the game changed. So it's just a bit of a learning, be an interesting one for Lackers to look back on. And I know Golds will pick the eyes out of this to work out where they can improve as a team as well.
Yeah, as I said, there were passages of play when they drew pretty close. We're just waiting on for the official presentations of the Tommy Lewin Shield, and I think we'll go inboard now.
What was that?
Today's medal is awarded in the honour of Thomas Johannes Debris Van Leeuwen with Mount Barker versus Hahndorf. 2025. This medal awarded in Tom's honour is the player judged best on ground. This player has shown integrity, courage and honour, as it was shown on this day, 25th of April 1950, in the true meaning of mateship and the Anzac Day spirit. Father Thomas Johannes de Vries van Leeuwen was born in Arnhem in the Netherlands on the 17th of January 1946. He emigrated with his family to South Australia in 1955 and attended Mount Barker High School. Whilst living in Mount Barker, he played football for the local team, like most lads did. After he left school, he worked in the Jacobs Small Things Factory until he was called up to national service into the Royal Australian Army on the 2nd of January 1967. 16th of January 1967, Tom departed on the HMAS Sydney, arriving in South Vietnam on 27th of December 1967. In February 1968, during the Tet Offensive, 3 RAF was deployed on Operation Cobra to protect the eastern approaches to the major US logistics bases of Long Binh, Bien Ho province. Shortly after midnight on the 18th of February, defensive position Tom was in came under attack by mortar and other weapons fire. During that attack, Thomas Johannes de Vries van Leeuwen was tragically killed in action at 1:15 a.m. by a piece of shrapnel at 5 Base Anderson. Also killed in the attack were 5 other soldiers from various platoons, including 1 soldier from the American Army. Tom was only 22 years and 1 month. It gives me great pleasure to present the medal to number 1, Jackson Hooper.
Cheers, Barker. That was a ripper game. Really close and played pretty intense. So good on you. Well done to our guys. Cheers.
Well done. Played well.
All right, there we have the presentation. It's Jacko Hooper winning the De Vries van Leeuwen medal. The player showing the best Anzac style, integrity. We'll just wait for Jade and Jay, who no doubt will have a couple of post-match presentations. Matty Thomas here with Jeff Pistola. Matty, a fitting recipient?
Yeah, very much so. Jacko is a very, very busy
from the
boy.
get-go.
He's his old man.
Yeah.
Andrew walking through. From the get-go, he was out of the blocks, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He just crumbs hard, runs really hard between contests, and just gets on the end of players as well. Not only is he instigator, hands off the ruck, first handball out, but he loops around and he'll get second or third get. So he's good to watch.
Yeah, as we wait for the Snag of the Day recipient, and also, as we said, possibly the most effective player of the day that will all be taking place. There's that man, Jaden Jay. What's it like working with J&J, mate? He's just a workhorse, isn't he?
He's got some pearls of wisdom. Here he goes.
He does.
He's actually right with us already.
All right. We will cross down now to the Stag of the Day. We're at J&J Hill.
Cheers. Thanks, Pistols. Well, fortunately, Mount Barker didn't get the win today, but Lockie Murphy's picked up Snag of the Day, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co. for that lovely goal in the third quarter to get his team up and about. Just take us through it, Lockie.
Oh, not much. Just got a handball out of the stoppage there and pretty much just whacked it on the boot. and got pretty lucky, I think, just sailed through. But yeah.
Well, we could see in the commentary box that you're lifting your team as well, especially it's great from a young gun like you. Just take us through that and just try and lift your team in the third quarter when you thought you were coming.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got a bit of a run on there for a bit. They kicked a few goals, and then we bounced back with a couple. But yeah, obviously when you're down, such a good team, you got to try to get the boys up and about some way. So yeah.
Yep, and obviously, how is it to play on Anzac Day as well? Well, I suppose it'd be a massive honour for you and the footy club.
Yeah, it's pretty special. It's a pretty special day. Yeah, it's pretty obviously there's heaps of people here and stuff like that, so adds a bit of hype to the game. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
And obviously, a great sponsor is Adelaide Hills Lawns and Gardens, and obviously you're an employee there, so a great place to work for. Would you like to make a shout out?
Oh, I guess. Yeah, thanks. Not much.
Yeah, all good. Well, next time we cook a barbecue, you got the Lowe's $25 voucher. So there you go. Thanks for joining us, Lockie. Appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks to Lockie Murphy there, and we'll just get Jackson Hooper over. Yep. As he wanders over. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Congratulations on the win, but well done on winning the most effective player as well. And got the beanie there, got the Refuel Wellness pack as well. Some magnesium spray for you as well, help with your recovery. And also got the 6-pack as well, thanks to 89 South Brewing and thanks to Print Wrap Pack as well. So there you go. Just firstly, congratulations on the win. Just take us through it. What do you think?
Yeah, very tough fought game. They came out really hard. It's a bit greasier than what you can probably tell. A bit slippery. Brought them right into the game, and yeah, it was a hard contest for sure.
Yep. And I did ask Lockie this question, but how much of an honour is it to play on Anzac Day for you, for Hahndorf, and for everyone involved?
Absolutely. First time I reckon I've played on the day. And as a drawing card, why I want to come play. At Hahndorf with a day like this, it means so much to play on an awesome day like this, and gives you the extra motivation for sure.
Yeah, and I'll just take you through the feeling when pre-match ceremony as well, with the minute of silence and all that sort of thing. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's almost overwhelming with it all. You try and bring it back to footy a bit, but it's not. It's just such a different thing. I know a lot of people draw comparisons, but it's really big feeling, definitely overwhelming.
Yeah, and just take us through your start to the season, mate. 89% efficiency in round one as well, and 29 disposals, equal best in the comp. So you just take us through your start.
My efficiency definitely wouldn't have been as good today. I barely kicked it off the ground, but it's good getting a lot of the ball when you've got lots of good footballers that can give it to you when I'm just on the outside. So it's nice.
I was just about to ask you, so you're loving your time at Hahndorf with those quality footballers, like you got Sam Williams, the Parker Bowl boys as well, and Hopgoods?
Yeah, absolutely. Taken me a little while to get into the groove. They've got so much structure and they know where everyone goes and all that, so I'm just trying to fit in and help them as much as I can. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and also spent some time away at the York Peninsula, I believe. Yeah. So how was that, and how's it like to be back in Hills footy?
I loved playing over there for a couple of years. Got family over there. It was definitely worth it. I really enjoyed it. It's great. Now just play a little bit closer to home and get to enjoy moments like this. So yeah, it's great both ways for sure.
Well, congratulations on the win today, mate, and have fun with the goodies there. No worries. Cheers.
I appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks, Jacko. Cheers. There's Jackson Hooper there, most effective player of the day. Back to you, Pistols.
Thank you very much, Jay. Jay, as usual, hounded with the club. And as we said before we went to those presentations, Matty, a fitting reward for Jacko Hooper. Kicked a goal, but very numerous midfield clearances, and really in the first quarter got him up and going.
Yeah, he certainly did. He just plays with so much energy, and then when the rewards, he gets the rewards because he's always there. He's giving the first one, like I said just before, he'll go back and he'll shepherd, he'll block off, he'll get on the outside, then he'll get the next one again, and by then he's 15 metres from the contest, running off with the ball. So yeah, he's very, very good to watch. The umpires will love him. He'll get some votes as well. A great kid too. Great kid.
And obviously, I think there was a few other contenders. Braden Hopgood was very good. The Parker Balls boys all contributed. Sammy Williams, I thought, was good. Jesse Landers. So
Landers was real good in the ruck today.
Yeah, he was.
He was
actually
real good.
rucked unchained. Noah Prenza, well, he bobbed up too. So And for Mount Barker, well, they're better players. Who impressed you for them? As you said, a good effort without getting the chockies.
Billy Stokes still went well.
Yes.
I think Botts has still tried his backside off when the ball was coming into the forward line. Like I said, he had multiples against him. He tackled well, kept it in the area. Running back line, it's just one of these things where if Giles, he probably had just a little bit more influence on Landers. For me, that was a big one today because I think Ruckman really sets the tone. But I thought the midfields were fairly evenly spread. It was quite simply the fact that Hahndorf would get the ball and bash it on their boot, and they knew that it was coming.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, well, it always makes sense, mate. But you're quite right. They have the confidence in their teammates.
Yep.
And, well, they showed her a side that's actually won 20 games in a row now. Haven't been beaten since the 2023 Grand Final. So, as Jacko Hooper said, it must be a great thing just to fit into a side. It's not easy because you've got to learn the way they play. Of course, Matty, you've played in a number of good sides. And
they would be so heavily drilled through their midfield stoppage work, and especially when you've had strong ruckman. You've got Dan Roberts, now you've got Jesse Landers, who they put it to the spot. You be there, and you give that next give, and then once you've given that give, you've got a job to do. They're either going to go block and make contact with someone. They need, because all they were focused on doing is getting it forward in their forward line so they can kick goals.
They're just a club that, they've played in the last 10 premierships, 10 grand finals for seven wins, and they just keep reinventing themselves. Okay, they lost probably arguably one of the great defenders of all time up here, Scott Perling, because Daniel Roberts, you mentioned him. And then this year, Sammy Hayden, their reigning best and fairest and multiple premiership player. The Xander boys have moved on. But they just reinvent themselves and just pick up very good replacements.
They could only get one player in their recruits with their points.
Yes,
And they have and then they get a little Jacko. Jacko
it's not a bad pickup.
That was in October, apparently. So it was done early, and they were happy, and that was
himself
fantastic.
Being a male medalist. That's not a bad pickup, is it?
Not a bad pickup at all. No, Golds and I spoke about it before the game, and he was smiling at me like a Cheshire cat.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised at that. So Hahndorf continue on their winning way, and Mount Barker, after making the first semi-final last year, yet to get points on the board after 2 rounds, but good signs there to work on.
Yeah, there were some good signs. I mean, I think if we had some slightly better conditions, it might have suited them a little bit more as well. Like their players, they're running marking players. So Houlihan and Koshel, they are reliant on good, clean, a bit more clean delivery, but they can also make magical things happen with their leaping ability. So maybe a drier ball, slightly better conditions, and it could have been a little bit more of a closer game.
And, of course, next week, Mount Barker travel over to your old stamping ground there at Windy Hill. So Blackwood versus Mount Barker. Of course, completion of the round tomorrow. Of course, we have Loberthal, Onka Valley tonight, night game. In fact, they would be just about to kick off the duet at a Valley of Praise.
A bit more than due, I thought.
Yeah, and then, of course, tomorrow we have Nairne-Bremer playing Blackwood and Mount Lofty play Uraida. Two teams who had good wins in the first round, Mount Lofty and Uraida. So over there at Goat Park at Efield, that'll be a very big game.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that calls it Goat Park.
One of your favourite, I know you love the balcony, as Jaden J. Hill joins us. And then, of course, Jaden, you had the scores. If you can do it again around the grounds, please. The Country Division Anzac Day clash between the traditional rivals Gamaraka and Kersbrook.
Last kick of the day, Pistols Gamaraka after the siren, win by 2 points against Kersbrook.
Yeah, no.
Fierce rivals they are too.
Mate, it's like the McCoys and the Hatfields, separated by Mount Gould. So, but Kersbrook obviously improved under second-year coach Kane Powell once again, and Gamaraka after 3 in a row. They've lost obviously the Hannah boys and a few other guys, the late Daniel Wood, of course.
Kane Powell's is a great player.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, he was a triple medalist. Yeah.
Heard some promising things about both clubs around the trap. So they're in for good seasons. I think
so that's a good start. And also tomorrow in the Country Division, the round will be completed. Macclesfield and Meadows, that's their Anzac round game every year. And, once again, as you talk about sides that don't like each other, there's a good southern rivalry, so to speak. Kangarilla taking on Birdwood. That's replay of last year's preliminary final, if I'm right. And Ichunga, coming back into Country Division ranks, will take on Torrens Valley down at Chunga Park. So that'll be interesting to see how both those sides.
Blackwood Nairn tomorrow.
Yes.
There's the C grade game, I think. After there's the A grade finish, I think there's a little junior game, like a Moddy game or something like that. And then there's a C grade game after.
So
it's a long day out there for the.
It's big news.
That was big news, I think. But yeah, everyone loves a bit
No,
of
no, no. I
cigarette
thought,
meat.
well, you're not stripping for the woods.
Yeah, that's
That's what I was saying. That's
back on, Tomo. Here we go.
That's what I was getting to, mate.
That's what the people want to see.
I like my
The Marvel's
too
back.
much.
The metatarsal
Yeah,
Marvel
here
is
we
back.
go.
I like my basketball too much.
Well,
Everyone
someone
damages
told me
themselves
that
playing footy.
Blackwood
I
Footy
play
Club was seen buying up some long sleeve jumpers during the week. There's no truth in that, mate.
Yeah, probably for the kids. Yeah, probably for the kids.
I heard that in Clare, yeah, that you're getting some long sleeve jumpers.
Always have a long sleeve jumper.
Ah, fantastic. All right, we must thank our Call to Wild sponsors, of course, Harcourts, Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker, Ford, Print Wrap, Pack and Lowe's Meat Co. for making it all happen, and subsidiary sponsors, of course, Lancaster Property Services, the Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood, Refuel Wellness, very important, Jaden.
Yep.
At Magnesium,
Recovery, yeah.
Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, of course, our good mate Stokesy, and Explorer Caravans. Tomo, doing some very good work down there. Where was that, down at Enfield, was it?
There's a few more commercials there we've cut. They're just mucking around everywhere, and I think it's a bit of a chuckle. You know,
And
you could do it for a laugh.
And of course, Matt the roadie, not only through his sponsorship of the umpires, but also doing the roadie duties with the Dream Maker here and through Mortgage Choice. So we've got to thank them. And also HFL sponsors, of course, Harcourts, Mount Barker Forward, Print Wrap, Pack, Lowe's Meat Co. involved there, but also iSports Coaching Technology, Sports Power, the Courier, Think Road Safety, and very good place to shop. Apparently, Jaden Closey's supermarket.
For sure, definitely.
Also help us out. So there we go. So all those supporters, we thank them very much for their sponsorship of community football and keeping us on there with the Call of the Wild.
Bloody excellent, really.
All right, our man Goldie, I think he's off doing other things, probably doing the social stuff and everything. Oh, I've got to ask him if we could just grab him.
Goldie.
We'd want to know if there was a winner of the Goldie's Pick the Margin, Benny, because we'll get cards and letters. Is there a winner for the Pick the Margin of 30 points?
You comment, you get on. So what's the...
yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know, make more promises than a politician. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll just look at next week's round, and of course we're going to head to the country next week. Very happy with that. First time we've been at the country division next week, which is round 2 for them, of course. Meadows, Kangaroo. Now we talk about great rivalries.
Battle of the Milkies.
Here we go.
At Stringy Bark Park, I think it is, if I remember the names, landscaping business. Kangaroo Meadows, and as we said, two. All right, we'll get into that. But two sides that don't really, they're fierce rival. What do? They're playing cricket, football, marbles, Jaden. That always happens between the Dogs and the Blues. And also, great man, you might have played with him. He's been around for a long time. Not saying you're an old bloke, but Chatty Dorr, 400th senior game.
Yeah. No,
So
he's
looking
a
forward,
ripper.
that may well be in there. But what a
He
great
used to be funny on
sportsman.
the dance floor back in their early 20s, guys. I tell you what. He was a funny cat.
What a great, that's right.
Down
What
the
a
planet, you go down the planet, all the joppies when you're a young fella, and he was out there just.
What a great
Getting his groove on.
sportsman he's been at an old man for all seasons. Because great cricketer, 1,000 goals I think he kicked in his career.
Do you remember Jenny? We had a great time.
There you go. Don't have to get.
Champion.
So if you don't pick the margin, you don't get it. Right. Does it jackpot, Benny? No, you can only give one beanie unless you.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Robbie Wild. He picked Jacko Hooper, but he went Hahndorf by 19 points.
No, you got to pick.
What I mean?
That's what makes it.
Closest?
It was closest.
Oh,
but
give him the chocolates.
We like perfection here in the Call of the Wild. So
I'll
you
speak
can't.
to Tomo.
No near misses.
Rock, paper, scissors.
We'll have an executive meeting.
We only got a certain amount of them.
We'll have the we'll have the executive meeting.
No,
June.
close enough, no good.
You got to be right
Prize
on the
possession, the beanie, yep.
It's like across Lotto, they give away $1 million. You can't say, I was one off each of the 6 numbers. Can I get it?
I was off the start, see.
Jeez, you guys are a couple of kids, I tell you what.
Leonie Neal, she enjoyed it. Noel Flynn, Mike Hogan, of course, president for Hahndorf. He
over
said,
New
we'll see
Zealand.
you there.
Yeah.
Scott Chandler wants to know, where do I pick up my beanie, fellas? Hang on, Scott, maybe you on the mark. Hang
Well,
on.
here we go.
Unless you
Don't
messaged
upset
in,
the viewers.
Maybe Scott messaged in. Hang
Well,
on, I'll just check.
Righto.
Jacko Hooper's
Was it after the final?
Yeah, after the final
After the
siren.
final siren, Benny? Scott? No,
At
he's
about
on us,
5:45.
I'll look back and we'll
All
see
right,
what-
well, stay tuned. We might announce the winner next week if that's a bit easier for. Got to go through the Auditor Generals.
But, all going well this week, Pistols. You'll catch up with Chad Dorr.
All going well, yes. We'll preview that big game next week. As I said, we'll be at it Meadows.
What I was going to say also,
yes,
be
mate, sorry.
sarcastic about, like, when you're young blokes and that sort of stuff, but, mate, what a mammoth effort to play 400 games.
Yeah.
That, for Meadows. That is
great effort.
That's fantastic.
He's played about 350 cricket and taken how many wickets.
He's a weapon. He's an absolute weapon. Played a few games down at Eagles as well. Just played played a sprinkle down there, and played association when we only had a central team. He was one or two players came from the country teams.
That's true.
Into that, and that was great to play with him.
He always put his hands up for football. He didn't look out of place.
Champion fella.
Perhaps, as you said, league footy, perhaps he should have given a bit more of a crack, but perhaps disappointing because knowing what a footballer is, and as you said, Tom always put himself up and wasn't out of place at Ripka. Would have been great to see him play Division 1 footy. I know Matt Lofty had a serious crack at him at one stage of play, but he loves the green and gold as they do out Meadows. So, but we'll celebrate the career of Chad Dorr next week.
Look forward to that. It'll be great.
Yeah. All right, Tomo, thank you very much once again for your magnificent work, mate. The prime time work, we just love it.
Cookies next week, JJ. I'll absolutely kill you. I've been behaving myself, and you rock up with a goofy smile and hey, my mum made these cookies.
And Jaden J. Hill, once again, good work with you, mate, with the presentations. And like the gods must be smiling because it just found up just in time for you to go out and do your work. You went like Colo a couple of years ago and tailing at Callington and
he deserves it. Colo can have that.
Just some, thank you. Just some stats to leave you with. Just quickly. So Blackwood obviously going for their
you
first
come in
win.
with them, you might as well go out with them.
Blackwood are going for their first win against Nairne since 2021. So that's one to think about tomorrow. And also, it is a day of the Magpies today because, Magpies won here, Hahndorf, Gumraka won, and also Collingwood won today by 41 points.
41? I did hear it was only 4 points.
The only Magpie team that didn't win was the Port Adelaide SANFL team. But apart from that, all the Magpies won. So
he's back.
And speaking about Magpies, 14 in a row, Hahndorf won against Mount Barker now. So there you go.
He's back. What do you
Goldie.
Danny Strout enjoyed the interview with Lockie Murphy. He said it reminded him of David Murphy.
Well, funny about that. They look alike. Must run in the family.
Smurfies.
Fantastic. All right, Jaden, Matty, thank you very much. And also Benny, thank you very much for your great work. And we must thank the man who makes this all happen.
The Samurai.
Of course, the Samurai, the production, techno, that is Tommy Hills. And of course, cameraman James Davis and also Hudson Martlew today because they they worked under some pretty adverse conditions towards the end, the wind and the rain coming down. But we thank them very much. And we thank you, wherever you've tuned in, our live stream.
Audience of millions.
Yeah, millions global. As I said last week, we had people in Hanoi. We had them in Rome today.
JJ, you and I are going to have to get this Pinky in the Brain thing going, I think.
Okay.
You can be Brain, I'll be Pinky. Right,
okay.
Going to take over the world.
Just take it to another level, boys.
Take it to another level on the stats.
All right. Thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to everyone. It's been a great day here. Anzac Day, as it always is. With Hahndorf winning by 30 points in the end, 7-4 to 11-10. So, on behalf of everyone, we'll see you next week from Meadows Kangaroo and as we venture out the country for the first time. So on behalf of all the crew, Jeff Pistola signing off. Keep chasing your goals and we'll talk to you next time here on the Call of the Wild from Filming Footy. Bye for now.
Hey, it's Braden from the Hahndorf Football Club and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild, Anzac Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Matt Golding from the Hahndorf Footy Club and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hey, it's Riley Clamp from Hahndorf Football Club and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live. Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Hi, it's Sam Williams from the Hahndorf Football Club and you're tuned into the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live, Anzac Day Footy, free for all.
Bye.